Good evening, one and all. It is Friday. It is the end of the working week. It is time for us to be jumping in to some more good old Warframe. Welcome on everyone. Hope you're doing well today. Mirrorlabe, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs out to the community there. Going out to Polyarch, to It's Higsley, to Frozen Silver 92, to Iceman 4444, and to is that Luciava? Lucy AVR, something along those lines. I'll be quite honest, I am not entirely sure I'm supposed to pronounce that one. But welcome on everyone. Hello to you as well, Mirrorlabe, of course. Weirdly enough, it appears you've also started a hype train on your own there. I don't know how that works. I'm fairly certain it takes 3 people to start a hype train, and believe it or not, Mirrorlabe, you are not 3 people, and yet Twitch seems to believe otherwise. So well done on that, I guess. You leveled up. You are now a triple person.
Hi.
Cheers, Kelton, and Greybear. Thank you very much for the 18-month resub there. 1.5 full pots indeed. Cheers for that. Oh. Cheers indeed. So yes, today is a variety stream. As much as we are on Warframe, is still indeed a bit of variety because today we're not going to be playing Warframe. We are going to be
Hype trains are random chance, I believe.
Hype trains are not random chance, Tycoon. No, not at all. Hype trains have a cooldown to them, which the streamer can set. The cooldown I've set on this channel is 2 hours. And hype trains have a threshold, which the streamer can also set. And I have it set to the default, which is 3 activations. So the fact that it's activated right now is exceptionally weird. Also, the 3 of you together would have triggered one as well. So we are now at exactly where we would be for a normal hype train. But it's not random. It's not at all random.
Oh, surprised Pikachu face mega consume.
Yeah, Twitch isn't exactly very open about these things, which is kind of weird when you think about it. You know, it's supposed to be a whole drive and incentive, and then they just kind of throw them in there. Yeah, if I bring up... Where is it gonna be? Should be in partner settings? Nope. Where do they put it? Where do they put these details? Also, yo, who was that? I looked away. A massive chungus, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. Once again, welcome on into the channel. Once more there. You're up onto 4 months. And CalJ, thank you very much for the 100 eyes. That's going to be some very shiny clovery bits. Shamrock, yep. Close enough. Thank you for the 100 bits. Oh. But I am determined to find this now. I'm going to look through. Where is it? Where are these detailed? Because I know that they exist. And given that what's happened doesn't make sense to what I know, I'm kind of curious. It's not there. In rewards, no. Power-ups, channel points, no. Drops, no. That's not it. Okay, this is going to bug me now, because I know you have these buttons to click, because I've clicked them and used them. It exists. It can't not exist. There we go. Hype Train. Right then. God, that was... Why is Hype Train under Community of all random tabs? But sure, why not? Support events required to set it off. 3. Level goals. Default. Cooldown period. 2 hours. Yeah. I have no idea why that kicked off. I genuinely have no idea why that kicked off. I appreciate it all the same, I have no answer for y'all. Sometimes Twitch just do what Twitch want to do. But hey, it's fine. That's how it goes, isn't it? That is how it goes. So we're on a level 3 hype train, or at least making our way through level 3. Because of y'all support. Thank you very much for that. And I think the timer on it resets every time we level up as well. Just to give people more of an opportunity if it gets that far. So, that all aside, that is Twitch stuff. With Warframe itself, I have followed Purple Flirt's guide on taking some better capture shots, very specifically taking some higher resolution ones. Kelton, there's your orange. taking some higher resolution ones. Because if you just take an in-game screenshot, if you use the F6 for it, you'll get a JPEG at your resolution, and that's it. And it is just a JPEG. It's not exactly the most wonderful of graphics details to ever have. It's not amazing. If you were to take a screenshot using, say, snipping tool, you get the screenshot at your game's resolution. You can also change Steam to do PNG screenshots. I did not know this, and the setting for it doesn't suggest it would be doing that, but apparently it does, rather than just good old JPEGs. And PNGs, for those of you who don't know, are lossless. Saipan is saying, hello, just received the giveaway plaque this morning. Much love and thanks again. You're very welcome. Glad you received that. Now, what Purple Flurp has pointed out, on top of the... Oh, let's unhook the cape, there we are. On top of the lossless saving of screenshots through Steam, is also how to take screenshots which are a lot bigger than the game itself. And it's a pretty simple process, really. There is a program simple runtime window editor. Very simple sounding, and I haven't actually used this whilst on stream, so I wonder what will come about of it. I'm going to give it a quick little test. What I need to do is set it to, I think 30, was it 30? I forget the ratio I needed. One sec. Yeah, I think 33.2 or 0.19. There we are, 33.19 megapixels gives me an output resolution of 7680 by 4320, which is big. It is 4 times as wide and 4 times as tall as my normal screen. 16 times the amount of detail. 16 times. If I hit set on this now, yep, it affects what you see on the stream as well. That's fine. So you see it kind of zooms in the game a bit. Just a little bit. We are now looking at the top left corner of the game. 1/16th of it. And we'll just reset that back again. Now, I don't know if that resets to reduce the load on my computer. And I hope that doesn't then affect the stream. We'll have to see how this goes. It is an exploration for us. But the idea is that we can get some interesting captures today. And not just interesting captures, captures that can work in with what Zocker Twins has just pulled up the command for there, the Warframe D&D project. This has not been something I've talked about in a very long time, but that's because there have been things happening in the background that needed to happen in the background. But now those things have been sorted. Those things have all gone the way they were always going to go, let's be real, the way they were always going to go, to allow me to take the next steps forwards with this, and we need some capturers. Because we need capturers for every single Warframe. All of them. And that is where I now turn to all of you, because all of you are going to have your own favoured fashions for different frames. So much like how I have my Lavos I'm satisfied with, much like how we have got various forms for Grendel, we've got some fancy looking Volt, I then also have some absolutely terrible looking Hildred. I have not a lot going on with Titania. Well, that's right quick, default colors or anything goes. Within reason, anything goes. The idea is to look good, not to look fancy. That is a very important distinction to make right here. The idea is to look good, not fancy. Because there are some people that will slap on every dramatic effect and glowy bits and whatnot because more money equals more good, right? Not quite how it works, at least not in my opinion. And my opinion is the one that matters here. Because it is my opinion that leads to a fashion actually getting somewhere. So, if anyone has a fashion they would like to venture right out of the gate, let me know. Let me know what you've got. Kelsa say they've got a Stynex and Vauban. Is that Stynex and Vauban that you want to bring up onto stream and demonstrate? Is more the point. Is that a Stynex and Vauban you want to bring up onto stream, Sir Kelton? Yeah, okay. So before you do then, Sir Kelton, one thing I would like you to do is to also bring up the command !DND fashion. !DND fashion, Sir Kelton. Because I ain't screwing around on this. It's not just a case of, oh, well, you know, drop on into the stream. I want you to see exactly what that message pops up with there, and by you typing it, I've also now got exactly the record of you typing it, and therefore you've definitely seen that command come through. So capture for the D&D project requires a lot of suitable fashion frame, as I just mentioned. If you provide your time or fashion frame to this project, you offer it freely, irrevocably, and free of any royalty or challenge. Basically, because this is going into a big old document with a load of big old things, the last thing I need is someone after the fact going, "Ah, no, I don't like to be credited the way you've done it, I want to complain in some way." So this is the legalese of saying, nope. If you're offering, you are offering it for note. To enjoy the process of offering it and knowing exactly where it's going. If anyone has any questions on that, if you are curious as to what the hell any of those words mean, or why I am putting such stipulations, feel free to ask. That's the whole point of informed consent. Yeah. Other requirements? Be a Warframe, be good, not fancy. And we're looking for things that fit into a Dungeons & Dragons kind of experience. So, guns, fancy-ass guns, don't do it. In fact, ideally, minimal or no weaponry. Minimal or no weaponry. So, Sir Kelton, as you're all happy on that, first come first serve on that, could you send me a message in game? Look, engineer, I'll bring you on into the squad. Let's have a look at what you've got for us. What's the goal of the stream? To get image for each frame, or we just gain general images? Images for as many frames as possible. Images that I can be well and truly satisfied with. And the reason for upscaling them is so that we have proper resolution on each page. Oh yes. Shop. There we are. All frames only up to Dante. Why only up to Dante, Aegir? Oh, right, you mean in terms of release date? No, all frames. All frames. So it's like techie, futuristic looking Warframe, not preferred. Techie, not preferred. Think of your typical sword and sorcery kind of environment, where digital is not really a word anyone uses. If someone uses the word digital, they think you mean fingers. That's what we're thinking. Kelton. You are running Vauban Prime. We have a lot of different capture options available to us. And so the question is, what would be a good place to system of yours? Actually, let's start with a green screen, and then we can have a background as well. Let's start with a green screen. Green screens, it's hard to go wrong with. Let's just start there. I'm not going to spend over much time on each individual, so if you have something fancy, something grand, we can show it off. Get a good shot, take it from there. Let's turn off that ally highlight, that is horrible. Ew. Get that right out of here, thank you very much. There we go. Is adding Eclipse on Nova a bit overkill, vice versa, for Mirage and Adaptation? It depends, do you need it, Manaholic? What's the reason for you putting it on? Do you find that you need the benefit Eclipse provides to your Nova? If so, then it's not overkill. If not, maybe it is. It is really as simple as that. Right, let's set this to a nice green screen green. There we are. Alright then, so this is the setup we've got on this Warband with a bow and arrow in hand. Looking absolutely fancy. Bit of sparkling on the sword, works all good. Alright then. So let's go first with the bow. I'm going to step well out the way. Turn off the depth of field. And rotate. Now you might be wondering, Ken, why are we rotating like this? Why would I rotate the shot? And that is because I am on a screen which is wider than it is tall, but pages are usually taller than they are wide. So, I want the shots from this angle, and the border around it is to give me some room for trimming it into the right position. Never seen inside of this capture before? Yeah, you can set the color to anything you need. But this green should do a lot of good work for me on that. So, let's tab out that. We've got that centered where I need it to be for the moment. Let's set the maximum resolution. Hit the screenshot. And then reset us back. My computer cries for a moment as it tries to render that horrendously larger image than it's used to rendering. And if I go into my pictures, screenshots, still rendering. There we are, that has rendered successfully. Excellent. Let's get that from a couple other angles as well. Now, navigating whilst flipped is hard. Arm is in the way of everything here, so yeah. I think that angle is probably going to be the one just for trialing it for now. Although we can go further around to the side, perhaps. No, we're losing too much of the identity at that point. There we can see more identity than there, I'd say. Okay, so let us switch it up now. What I need you to do for me now, Vorban, is please unequip and hide all of your weapons so you have a perfectly neutral pose. Similar to how myself here, I have no visible weapons, not even holstered ones, just completely hidden. You'll need to go into your arsenal to do that because you've got show holster weapons for some of them. How do you holster weapons? Well, you holster weapons by not having them equipped. I have no weapon equipped right now by having the synthesis scanner equipped. And then if you, in the arsenal, while setting the appearance of those weapons, you can choose to hide holstered weapons, which is what I do pretty much universally. So you can see, you can't see the Foreman. You can't see whatever secondary or melee I have. So yeah. There we go. And is that the pose you're happy with, your Foreman? Do you feel this pose best exemplifies your Vorban? If so, keep it up. We'll grab it. In fact, yep. That staring down over the shoulder shot right there. Rotate. Yep. A little bit closer in. There we are. That should give us as much resolution as I can fit onto it. I can always be a little bit more zoomed out because I can zoom in. With the resolution we're screenshotting at, I'm safe to be a bit more zoomed out. Whereas if I over zoom in, then it may just not fit. And that would be bad. I don't like how the colours look at the moment on my camera, speaking of. So let's fix that. There we are. It's just got a better balance. Okay. Setting for giant screenshot time. Taken. Bring us back to normal size. Cool. There we are then. That, Kelton, is your contribution. We have got your Vorban snapped up. I feel like with green screens, what I can do is I can just take the green screen shot and then just set any kind of background as needed to fit the position. We don't need to be over crazy with it. No raffle today. Cave to Goomba, no raffle today. Kelton, thank you very much for your contribution. Feel free to drop in the squad. I think you should be able to drop and then I can invite other people in without having to constantly reload this arena. Should be nice. Einstein's got one. What I'd like to do is mix up and give everyone opportunities. Anyone else who has a fashion frame that they would like to bring out. We're looking for knights, we're looking for warlocks, we're looking for monstrous. Send me a message in game, the Kengineer. Let's get this chat filled with tabs. Work our way through it. We're looking for frames we don't already have, so that is Vorban and Lavos done. So we're looking for different frames ideally. Let's get a nice, beautiful spread of things here. I'm also going to make a note as to every single one as they come through. So let me start up a notepad. Vorban, if I can spell Vorban. Still can't spell Vorban apparently. That was Sir Kelton. Lavos, obviously me. Alright then, we have a Miralabe wanted to pop in with a Nidus. So, Miralabe, before I invite you in, if I could just have you use the command !D&D fashion in the chat, please. D&D fashion in the Twitch chat. Only Miralabe needs to do this one. Only Miralabe. Doesn't matter if you've already done it earlier, I need it right now is all. It's effectively confirmation. There we are. So just confirming once again, if you're offering this, you offer your time in Fashion Frame freely, irrevocably, free of any royalty or challenge. If that's all okay with you, Mirrorlab? What's my username? The Kengineer. Excellent, Mirrorlab says yes. Come on in. Big ol' seaway, but it's necessary. There we are. We also have Tycoon offering, bring in a Harrow or Cora, okay. A gear with a Jaya, cool, we'll get around to those. Okay then, companion will need to be removed. We are not looking for companions. Now this is a Nidus. That is one hell of a Nidus right there. That is demonic even. Well, that was dramatic. Yeah. Okay. Let's step away from that, shall we? Whatever's going on over there. Just don't want it in the shot. In fact, it's done. Alright, cool. So, Mirrorlab. Have you got any particular animation you want to go with? Are you standing just firm like that? Taking that pose? Is that the pose you're satisfied with? That's what we need to confirm. No, I assume as much. Alright, let's see. You can hide the melee, but maybe without the melee is better. You have got a lot of busyness going on in terms of accessories. It is quite busy. Let's see what we got. Yeah. The melee, I think, can work with it, with the way you've got it. I think it just looks like we've got a lot of spikes going around. So let's... And what animation set are you using on this Mirrorlab? What animations have we got here? Is this the Nidus Agile Noble, or is it from a different Warframe? Excalibur Umbra. Okay. So I'll take a shot with this, and then I'd like us to have a look at what Nidus has to offer. Let's just give that a quick little rotation. I don't think I need a rotation on this one, given it's such a squat pose, but I'm going to keep it standard for everything I'm putting together here. Hello, Fafnirk. Your woman also had Excalibur Umbra Noble? Faraday. Okay. Everyone do be liking their ragey boy, I suppose. There we go. Bring us back. Yep. Waiting for that to secure. Just taking a moment to compress that. There we are, that is compressed. Okay. Yeah, let's try that with a Nidus pose as well. And let's see what the idol gives us. Yeah, that's gonna give us something something different to mix it up, absolutely. So let's get into position. Oop, too close. Okay. That was weird. We had a very different animation a moment ago. Did you just change it to another one? So I thought you had changed it, but then you changed it again. Jump when you're finished. We'll do it that way. There we are. Okay. Let's move mine out of the way. Get up close. Now 9 is knowable. Okay. I might need a few passes to get him into a position we're happy with. You know, actually a bit of a top-down approach on that. Coming in at like a steep 60-degree angle or so. Line up the head between the blades best I can. Like so. That could give us something. Yeah. Going a little bit further and then rotate it around. Oop, that way. Think that should be about the right level. I can do little bits of rotation in post-processing, but I think that should give us the right level. Let's get a quick spin of that. Fuck's sake. I heard that message come through. That's going to be on the fucking screenshot. Oh, it's down here. That one can crop out. That should be fine. That should be fine. I hope. Let me just have a look at these as they're coming through. The old one's good. This one. Oh yeah, that's right away into the crop zone. I should be okay with that then. Gives us bits to work with. Alright, good, good, good. So with that mirror lab, that gives us a couple shots of your fashion there. Thank you very much for bringing in Nidus. Which brings us to Tyken with Harrow or Cora. Tyken, you're going to have to pick. Are you bringing Harrow or Cora? You're going to have to pick on that. Harrow. Okay then. And Tyken, same as with the others so far, if I could please have from you in the Twitch chat, !, D&D fashion, just to confirm you've definitely seen the message there. I've no say, I've been enjoying a new series of Zero to Hero videos. Thank you. It's certainly been an exploration of a different kind of project for me. A different kind of video making. Rather than very hyper-constructed guides, it is much more free flow. Which has both pros and cons. Alright, so let's bring in Tyken. With the Harrow. Again, the themes we're going for are either Knight, Warlock, or Monstrous. Those are the themes to work within. Okay, and this is definitely going to go down the road of Warlock. Alright then. Tyken, get yourself with whatever equipment you feel is most appropriate to make it the Warlock. Get yourself into position, and then jump when ready to show me you're definitely done. What I define as Knight? Yes. Knight is the general category. Use that to inspire yourself. I realise now why things are looking a little bit odd here. There we go. That looks better. Don't know when or how, but that light got switched to the wrong colour over there. There we are. That looks better in here now. Okay. I looked away, I don't know if they jumped. Does a witch count? Witches and warlocks? Yep. What is a witch if not a warlock with a different persuasion? What is a warlock if not a witch? Often without the black cat. Okay.
Yellow.
Yo!
Happy Friday, everybody.
Moon, thank you very much for the 20-month resub there. Welcome back in once again. Much appreciated. Cheers. Oh. Okay, so where do we want to get the shot on this is the question. Because, like, if I could get him to tilt his hand, get that slightly in the face but more to the side, maybe that could work. The disconnected hand is certainly an interesting take. What shot I want. Also, what is this floating here? Why is there a... Why is there a fish? Why is there a fish? Yeah, that one, it's funny, but like, it really does not fit. These are monsters. They don't have a random pet fish. I was trying to break down. I was looking at Arcane Familiar. A floating bubbly fish is perhaps a little bit too much levity for what we're going for here. Those who took part in the D&D playtest will know what I mean. Well, if it's that Warlock's deity, then someone who is running such a game can include that of their own accord. It does not fit a generalized document. So, now this gives us a good energy to it. Okay, the animation is very basic, but that is fine. We can work with it. We don't need things too fancy anyway. Grab that there. Rotate it. What's the sound to get our fashion in a picture? We're looking for knights, warlocks, and monstrous. Knights, warlocks, and monstrous. Now if I time this through, let's get lotuses where would be best. That should do well. That should do well right there. Okay. Let's roll with this. Set resolution. Screenshot captured. Set us back. And let's see if there's another angle we might want to work with maybe. Let's give it some time to process the animation. There's nothing exciting me at the moment. Can I have it whilst he's holding it closer rather than the off to the side? Just remind myself the exact image I did just capture. Yes, the image I just had, it was off to the side. This we could have it where it's up front like that. Again, line us up. Gonna be a dead-on shot. There we go. Set resolution. Snap. Set back before my computer cries. There we are. I'm sure we're going to get a few of these tomes in here. We don't want to overdo it on the tomes. We can have those in here. There is also the option of using various melee weapons, because they can give you all kinds of options for knights, for warlocks, for gishes, as well as into the monstrous line. Absolutely. Is there a required amount of simplicity or complexity to not go above? How does one define that, Baggett? How would I even give you an answer that begins to address that very question? The closest I can give you is I'm looking for things which are good, not fancy. Fancy is where the idea is focused around, look how amazing all of these options are, whereas good is, look at this character design. We want the character, not the fancy fashion. Fancy fashion is for impressing people in relays who don't have access to it. We ain't impressed at this point. I hope that gives you enough of an answer there. Alright, for now, that one is going to wrap up on the Harrow, so Tycoon. There we go, let's just put that down. Harrow is by Tycoon Trophy. There we are. Okay, thank you very much, Sir Tyken. That brings us on to Aegir's Jaya. Let's see what you've got for us. Aegir, if I could also have from you in the Twitch chat, !D&D fashion. Brilliant, that confirms Aegir is definitely aware of that command there, whereby if you provide your time of fashion to this project, you offer it freely, irrevocably, and free of any royalty or challenge. Yeah. How do you apply? Send me a message in game, the Kengineer, with which Warframe you are looking to bring in. We are looking for unique frames, so Vauban, Lavos, Nidus, Harrow, and now Jaya are accounted for. We are looking for all of the other stuff. Okay, so let's see what have we got from this Jaya here. We have a very zappy boy, very electrified Jaya. Cool. Absolutely fine to go with. And with these as well, if you find that there is a particular animation that fits your character, if you find that there is a particular ability cast that fits your character, that really shows them off, then please do go ahead with that as well, absolutely. On the theme of Knight, Warlock, and Monster still. Yeah, Knights, Warlocks, and Monsters. That is what we're looking for. Knights, Warlocks, and Monsters, and if you know there's a right animation that'll make it really pop, then absolutely bring that animation. The only thing to consider is that a lot of abilities have crazy particle effects which end up streaking Captura, so do be aware of that. Y'all have access to Captura yourself, you can test it out as you get ready to join in. We have got a lot of people in the queue. A lot of people in the queue. Okay. I'm going to take by that drawn bow. That is what you want it to look like, Aegir. And that one's definitely... That's going to want to be a side shot. I think actually side right on like that. But I'm going to take a few at different angles. I'm going to take a few at different angles so we can get the ones which collapse in on it best. So, let's start grabbing these. If I rotate this around... And I appear to be slightly off-center, even though I just rotated on the spot. Go bloody figure, I guess. There we go. Set us to full resolution. Pop. Bring us back. And then we want to go around a bit. A little bit at a time. Got too close to the bow there. That's fine. Set that. Screenshot. And then one at this angle. No, a little bit further back. There we are. And that's as close as we can get before the bow despawns. That is fine. Set. Screenshot. Back. Beautiful. That gives us Jaya. Thank you very much, Sir Aegir. Much appreciated. Which brings us on to Matthias, if I'm reading that correctly. Matthias. Whatever your username may be on Twitch, if you could, just first of all confirm for me, Matthias, what username am I looking at? And secondly, if you could put the D&D fashion into the Twitch chat. What username am I supposed to be seeing posting that? Volts7788, and if I look here, Volts778899, by chance? Is that also part of the name? Has posted that. I'd be very surprised if that was someone else. Yeah, okay, cool. So let's put that down. Volts778899 is bringing us a Necros. Cool. I've got that recorded. Let's bring you on in. Let's see this Necros. Those of you further down the chain, obviously as we go through the Warframes, more and more options will be taken out. So do bear that in mind. Do pay attention. See if yours is called and done. Oh, hello. That's one way to get my attention, I suppose. Okay. Ours has gone for a much more resplendent look. We've gone for bright white, gold, and blue here. A interesting twist for a Necros, actually. A interesting twist. Oh, I am very relieved we don't have to reload the capture every single time, Crescendo. I am very relieved at that. Alright, we can just get a nice solid shot right on the front like this. Let's get it a little bit closer and then spin it around. Did you know you can just rotate warframes in your brain at all times? Yeah, there's nothing stopping you. You can just turn them. Very entertaining, apparently. Alright then. Let's, yep. Set the screenshot resolution. Take the shot. Bring us back. Beautiful. Let's see if we've got another angle I want to work with here. I think maybe one that's just, yeah, one that's off-angled and lower. Give it a bit more of an imposing stand by just a slight angle down on it. Just slight angle down. Again, we're just going to green screen in everything that comes of it later. There we go. Set. Flip. Back. And then, for good measure, up doesn't work. That would be too dramatic. And the setup is pretty symmetrical, so it just kind of all sits. So yeah, I think those give us the basics. Sight danas are going to be less important in this than in normal fashion, because usually you're looking at the back of yourself, but we'll look at the front. We're facing Warframe's head on here. Do you use DM fashion, or do you have to get permission here first? So everyone is sending me a DM of which Warframe they're intending to bring. I'm going through the DMs one by one in game here. One by one in game. But that is going to give us that Necros. So, Sergeant Matthias, aka Volt, thank you very much for bringing that to us here. There we go then. Alright, this brings us on to Marpat saying, hi, Marpat, I need a little bit more than hi. What are you intending to bring for us here? Weird question from Rakita. What is the best Warframe weapon and mods that a person can get if you couldn't enter Fortuna? A lot. A lot. But also, if you can't ever enter Fortuna, I guess you just can't progress a lot of different quest lines. So, basically nothing, actually. Yeah, you kind of need Fortuna to proceed, if I recall correctly. You mean only Earth and Venus? Nope, sorry. I'm not really picking up what you're putting down here. It sounds like you're putting on some random arbitrary restriction, which would require me to completely rethink how the game's set up. Is that thing going to just be there forever now? You're soft locked. Yeah, okay. I don't know why you're soft locked. That sounds like you might need to resolve that rather than try and find solutions to play the game without touching an important part of the game. Just gonna put that out there. It sounds like you might need to find a way to deal with that. Whether that's contacting support or otherwise. Anyway, for now, Marpat, what is your Twitch username? And could you please use !D&D fashion? Okay, so promotional potion. Let's see that you post that as well. There we are. So just confirming as well. This means you're providing your time and fashion frames to this project, the Warframe D&D project, freely, irrevocably, free of any royalty or challenge. Come on in, Marpat. If at any point you disagree with this, just simply don't join and show off your fashion. It is really as simple as that. Alright then, so we make a note of this here. So we are getting Clevo from Emotional Potion. That is recorded. Let me pop out a distance. Okay. That is a very glowy one. I've got this kind of aurora, or maybe steam. Could be a bit of both. Let's get that with a bit of a melee stance. Let's get him into an animation. You're playing on mobile. Ah, right. If you're playing on a device incapable of playing Fortuna, that's going to restrict you, yeah. I don't have a solution for that. Ah, I'm in the way. I mean, I should be able to pose this where I'm not in the way. See, that should give us an angle right there. Especially with the glowing eye to add with it. That looks like we can get a good angle. Yeah. I don't mind having Lavos just on the edge there, just to get the right angle on this. It's fine. That can be removed. Looks like possessed armor. Does a bit, doesn't it? Yeah. It does a bit. Okay. So let's go with this one right here. I'm not even going to rotate this one. Let's just set the resolution to maximum. Screenshot. Back out. That is a solid angle. But we're going to get more than that. We are going to get more than that. Now, from this angle, it loses a lot of the ability to resolve what you're looking at. If you already know what you're looking at, it's visible. But if you don't, it's a bit confusing. So let's proceed a bit. Actually, almost a typical pose of just sword coming down. If only, rather than his hand being open-handed, if it was closed around the handle here. If the hand was closed around the handle, we'd be in such a better spot. This is a limited capture rather than, say, Blender or some other proper animation software, perhaps. This is the limit of just using the engine. That dagger is not being held correctly right now because he was spinning it. That, bringing it around, it sits a bit better, but it's more off to the angle that I'd have wanted. Might want to actually remove the Sugatra in the screenshot I take. But we can roll with this one. Can roll with this. Give that one a rotate because of the shape that we are working with here. Alright. Won't the transparent particle effects be difficult to separate from the green screen? So, they can be a bit of a problem. They can be. However, I can do my absolute best with them, and anything that turns out to be unsuitable, I just simply have to find a new fashion for it later on. But that is a decision for future Ken to filter through and figure out. Worst case scenario, I have more work to do. That's what it comes down to, really. Get that shot there. Okay. Crucially with this, you'll notice I'm not spending too much time trying to over-consider the details of them individually, because it turns out that over 50 Warframes is a couple details one has to collect. I can't dilly-dally on that. If I spend, say, a whole hour per Warframe on trying to get the ideal capturer of all the perfect lighting and whatnot, I'm going to be at this for literally longer than a whole weekend without sleep. That's just not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. So, quick as we go, Marpat, yours is recorded. Thank you very much for joining on in. Which brings us to Red Fractals. Red Fractals has got a Wisp, a Mage Lake Wisp. That sounds like a nice one to bring in. Red Fractals, what Twitch username are you calling from? Fair enough, Crescendo. If you have another fashion frame, you can switch it in the queue. If I get to you and you've only got Calevo in the suggestions, I will just skip over you. Doing some testing, getting which comes out. Soulgate, looks very magical if you want. It wasn't too hard to catch for me. Basic floating works just well if it takes too long. I was red. Alright, and I was red. If I could have from you, please, the exclamation mark D&D fashion, which you've just done. Perfect. You are therefore aware as to how this all works. You are sharing it freely with absolutely no royalty or challenge on it. That was from I was red _redio _core geese. There we are. Okay, let's invite you in. I should probably do that first before I type in a person's name to save us some time or whatever. Whatever. Doing some magic with her soulgate. Okay. If you saw your frame on a monster man, you put a smile on your face. I imagine it would for a lot of people. Absolutely. I imagine it would. That's why I'm happy to bring it together. Alright, take your spot wherever you need to be. Set up your beautiful beam of energy. That works so well. Let's see it in action. Oh, through the portal. Is that what you're meaning, actually? As she comes out of her socket? No, there's not the idle. The idle animation could work as well. Now we think about it. We can have a look. Filter through them. Let's get over here, actually. I mean, for starters, why is she not properly centered? But we can work with it from an angle. We can work from it from an angle. I might just remove the dagger. Don't know what's going on with that. But this has such a capture of what's going on with her as she's coming out of that portal. The green screen might ruin this one slightly, not gonna lie, because it does look just so damn gorgeous. I might actually need to fiddle around with different color backgrounds and do a few captures on this one. So yeah, I'm gonna grab that from this angle. I'm gonna cycle through a few colors because that's just gorgeous. Does that not capture a lot of the magic and mystery that you want to grab in these? Even better than I caught in a testing. Sometimes you just grab these moments. Sometimes you just find the right one. I don't know if this is the right one, but it looks lovely. It looks lovely. So let's screenshot it up. Let's do it in a few different colors, as I say, to try and avoid any issues with green screen and this energy color. Because green and purple, for some reason, or green and pink particularly, argues. Not sure what it is. They're such opposite colors. How could they argue? But they fucking do. Just watched a color video. Need to farm endo. Well, what you can do next is you can watch my endo video. That could work for you. Alright, X for the settings. Let's change up the room color. Let's try that with a white. It's going to wash it out, I'm sure, but let's try it with a white anyway. There we go. Sorry for everyone who I've just flashbanged, but you know, it was necessary. And in black. Your eyes? I know, it's such a beautiful fashion frame, isn't it? Such a beautiful fashion frame. And for good measure, let's see. You've got blues in there, you've got reds, you've got purples. I don't think there's any other background color we could really use then, is there? Yellow could get around. No, there's not really anything else safe to use. So we'll switch back to the greens for our next ones. We've got a good shot there, both in green screen, black, and white. We should be able to find a way to make that work. Also, Tiger Trophy, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs going out to the community here. Much appreciated. Heading on out to LTO Johnny, to Essengenator, to Kitsuru Akami, to The Real JFO, and to Roxoma. Thank you very much for that. Much appreciated. Blue would be too close to the actual fashion, so there'll be no way to properly edit that. I might as well at that point just get a pair of scissors and cut it out. And if I'm going to do that, I can do that in any color. If anything, it's easier in not blue because it's easier to see the actual crossover points. So yeah, not blue. But we have got our shot there. Thank you very much for bringing in your whisper there, Red Fractals. Which brings us on over to... Oh, Jozu with Haru was taken to go for Protea. Okay, we got Protea from Jozu. Jozu, if I could just confirm, please, what is your Twitch username? And if you could use the exclamation mark D&D fashion on the Twitch channel, just to confirm that you are aware as to exactly how this all works together. Oh, look at that, someone with the same Twitch name as in-game name. It makes my life so much easier. So much easier. Brilliant. So Jozu confirming that they are aware they are offering this freely, irrevocably, free of any royalty or challenge, yada yada yada, legalese, cover your ass, etc. Alright, so the companion is going to need to go away. If you could go into your arsenal quickly and remove the companion, please. We'll take it from there. Now, I'm not concerned too much about the particular weapons, if any are wielded by frames, so long as it's not high-tech or guns. So things like the throw weapon here, even if it doesn't happen to match the weapon I've used for that Warframe in the D&D Warframe setup, it's fine. It is fine. It is about giving them a beautiful appearance more than anything. Okay. I'm going to move my Lavos well out of the way. Let's see what positions we can get. I mean, already that's a fun one. Already that's a fun one. I just paused it. Already that's just dynamic. Problem is, it's clipping. It's clipping. No! It's going right through her head. Ah. Because I like it. Seeing that there just feels out of place. I'm going to take a shot of it, and then I'll move through other angles as we get them. But that clipping is... I don't know if that can be excused for the actual shot. Give it a few more frames. Yeah, I want to get this particular angle because we've got the combination of one fan up, one fan down. We've got the pose all together. It's got just enough of the right stuff from this particular angle. Part of this as well is that the way that the fan is curving with her thigh as well. So you got the mirroring of the shapes there. Compositionally, this is looking in the right direction. It's just the blade isn't. Yeah, I think that angle there, that one. I want it to follow the thigh a bit. Get it to follow the thigh. Get that kind of flow going on. Advance time a few seconds? Definitely not a few seconds. But a couple frames might help out as well. But if I do a couple frames now, I could also lose this pose. And I have to go through the effort of cycling back to it. So I'll take this shot first, then we loop around. Let's get that zoomed in. Like so. That'll do. Set it. Grab it. Love it. Alright then. Let's tap it through a bit. Yeah, so as soon as that came out of the head, this one's come swooping up. Too much blappy on the weapon, not enough dynamism on the pose. So we are just in general idle rather than idle animation. Okay, not sure what the hell happened here. That's just some sparks flying. There we are, they did time out, thank goodness. Nothing inspiring me there. That's all up in her face. That? Kate swings around a bit. Oh, but she keeps moving her arm still. Alright. We take off elemental mods if you think that it would get in the way of your fashion, yes. Or there is a setting to disable elemental effects on weapons as well. So you can disable that in the appearance in the arsenal. I don't think that's giving the the fear factor that Warframes are supposed to have. That's not what I mean by striking a pose for what we're doing. No. Stand up, Cal. Can this be anything? It feels almost too stiff. But she's got one arm extended so harshly, of one bent at a weird right angle. And the rest of her pose, the twist on the torso, nah, I don't like that. Let's get that without as many explosions on the weapon. Maybe. There. I'm running out of efforts on it, so let's go with that one. Let's go with that one. Set it. Shoot it. Reset. There we are. Okay. That gives us that one. Thank you very much, Jolzu, for bringing in your Protea. I'm just going to make a quick note of that, so I don't think I marked that down. Protea, Joe. So how many units is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. There we are. Splendid. Now, Cosmo suggesting it might be my own setting. It is my own setting. There we are. I'll get rid of that one. That works. All good, Joseph. Alright then, let's see what we got next here. We have, from Caljade, Titania, Revenant. You can pick one. We've had neither of them so far. So Caljade, do you want to bring in your Titania or bring in your Revenant? Which is it going to be? Titania or Revenant? You said that Revenant's your slightly better one, so I would assume that. Have we had a Garuda yet? Not yet, no. We have had Vauban, Lavos, Nidus, Harrow, Jaya, Necros, Kalervo, Wisp, Protea. Revenant's your more knight-like? Okay. And Caljade, before you do join in, if I could just have you do as well the exclamation mark D&D fashion in the chat to get the bot message pop up, and you are confirming you are happy with that. And then come on in. Excellent. So this will be a Revenant with Caljade. Now I do want to confirm, with all of these here, there is absolutely no guarantee any of these fashions, any number of them, will actually be included in the project. It may come about that I've done something wrong with the settings and every single one of them just doesn't work right now. It could be that only 1 or 2 make the cut. It could be that all of them make the cut. I'm making absolutely no promises on that. This is just a round of scooping up all the different fashions I can to try and grab this together. Because I want this project done, damn it. I want you guys to enjoy it. After waiting so long to give you this news, I'm happy to get it to here. Alright then, yep. Pretty bog standard with the Revenant Prime skin there. We got the energy set up. We got a, dare I say, almost ghostly, if not gothic, overall appearance. And then the mace, the silver Nagus to bring it together. Okay. What's the project? Just got here. It is a Warframe D&D. I have converted every single Warframe, all of them, into a Dungeons & Dragons compatible monster. Mind you, Kome is halfway done. I'll have Kome done by the end of the weekend. All of them. This means that they'll be playable as monsters to throw into any campaign, any setting against any players. And I have them set up to work at levels, low levels, all the way up to high. So they have been play tested against very low level characters, against medium level characters, and in a party set up to take down a god. As close as they could, anyway. So they've been play tested, they've been run through the mill, things changed where needed to be, things kept the same otherwise. And I can confirm from those who are in the playtest, all 13 of them, unlucky for some, but I was the 14th, it's fine. that these Warframes were rightfully devastating. But still, proper adversaries, not just rocks fall, everyone dies. So, let's go this angle, and then I'll swing around a little bit to the left as well. Let's get those two angles. So if I zoom in a little bit there and then rotate that round, just so I can get even more on it. Get all that fancy detail in. Oof, Protea. Yeah, Protea shredded the higher level group. I mean, the higher level group also let Protea shred them a bit. You know, they were maybe not working perfectly tactfully, but then Protea and Vauban teaming up against adventurers, one of whom was trying to be a Minotaur riding in on a pony. Let me tell you, a Minotaur riding in on a pony to try and fight Vauban does not end well when Vauban calls down a tactical fucking bombardment on said pony. It was a very bad day for that pony. It got its armor, and the armor did nothing but keep the exploding guts inside. For a bit, anyway. Yeah. Once there was a pony, now it's a crater. Very much the case. Very much so. Okay, let's grab it from this... just there. This angle as well. There we go. This was a Vauban and Protea without their fourth ability. So the way that I scale these to make them very playable in Dungeons & Dragons is that the 4 tiers, Initiate, Adept, Master, and Prime, also line up with the 4 abilities. So the Initiate only has access to the first ability of every single Warframe. The Adept has access to the first and second. The Master has access to the first, second, and third, and then so on the Prime has access to all 4 abilities. Kind of like dragons? Kind of like dragons. Warframes are very similar to dragons when you think about it. Very powerful entities in and of themselves. In many cases, unfathomably ancient. No one really quite knows how old this shit is. They love to hoard and gather all kinds of supplies. And, yeah, one descending on your town can be absolute devastation. But they ain't the size of dragons. Instead, they have magic that makes dragons even more dangerous. Are they designed with augments in mind? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. It wasn't a hard and fast rule to include the augments. Instead, it was adaptation of the Warframes which made the most sense. Absolutely. Motion say, if there's any frames missing or aren't accounted for by the end of stream, will people be allowed to rejoin those? So if I do get to the end of all the tabs, we still got time left, I'll close all the tabs and it'll be a new set of people. Only then. Alright, did I take the second angle? I can't remember, so I'm just going to do it again to be certain. There we are. Could also be variant rules like spellcasting dragons? Yeah, but no, Wordkid. These are specifically designed. They aren't dragons. Dragons is an interesting comparison, but they aren't dragons. They are custom designed by me. You can see in previous live streams I've done of Warframe D&D Project to see kind of how I put these things together. But the full document is nearing completion. Graphics is basically the biggest bugbear to bring it to its finished state. So, gotta work through that. And with variant rules for augments, you gotta remember a lot of augments can get video gamey at times. And it's not ideal to try and do that. But if one were to decide to take the document and then fiddle around, that's the whole point of Dungeons & Dragons. You take what you have and then you make it your own. Rule 1 of D&D is to simply have fun. And you have fun by making it your own. Alright, we've got that Revenant in with a couple shots there. Have I recorded this from Caljade? Yep, that is all done. So Caljade, thank you very much on that one. Much appreciated. Bringing us to Cosmos, I hereby sign away all my human rights to the Gentenir Foundation. Much appreciated. I have got some mining for you to do out in the back garden. I would love to have a nice rock pool out there. Get to it. You'll be paid nothing. Cosmo, do you bring a fashion or are you just offering your services to be a slave forever? On it, boss. Alright then, fair enough. No, but seriously. Nezha and Rhino would be devastating. Yeah, so a lot of the Warframe tests were done individuals, but also there were pairs and groups to try it out in various different environments. I even mixed in some non-Warframe creatures at the time as well. For example, Eureli was supported by a number of giant toads bursting out the water that she was skating across. Eureli is, Eureli has apparently become the bane of Minotaurs, because Eureli decided to land a perfect critical hit with her compressor against said Minotaur. And that raging Minotaur was not ready for that amount of viral damage. The rest of the party just got a glimpse of Minotaur, runs around corner, and then is slammed into the wall on the edge of death. Don't fuck with Eureli. So, on it was I have a Grendel Not Fairy. Come on in. I see you've already sent the message in the Twitch chat, so you already know exactly what's going on with the D&D fashion requirement there. Lovely stuff. That is Cat, and you're Cosmo on Twitch, yeah. Cat of Cosmo. There we go. Do not be ready? Yes. Okay. Whoa! Jump scare. Please remove your guns and your companion, as fancy as they may be with their little wings on them. Companions are not what we need here. Nezha Flamewall can teleport, will be so tricky to fight. Absolutely, can be all kinds of threatening. The Nezha... Yeah, the primary Nezha playtest was a Nezha and Gara combo. So Nezha ran circles, creating a wall of fire that it was dangerous to cross. And then Gara came in, sweeping with the glass blade, and Warframes. Don't forget, in Warframe itself, Warframes can't hurt other Warframes. Thanks, Grendel. Warframes can't hurt other Warframes unless there is a radiation proc, right? So, in the vast majority of Warframe abilities in the Warframe D&D setup, I have made it where they specifically state they deal damage or effects to non-friendly creatures. So as the Nezha had run this ring of fire around a number of the party members, the Gara came in with the sweeping attack, harmlessly crossing over Nezha, whilst hurting the ones that are all around him. So yes, I have designed them with various quirks like that, which is just cruel. It also means that Gara at one point could cast it kind of backwards through herself. Just get the casting to cross out from there to get the perfect angle, because she can't hurt herself with it either. It's like dropping a fireball, knowing that you can't hurt your allies. I'm awful, how can I do that to them? It's called Dungeons and Dragons, not babies and blankets. Get good. All of them signed up knowing what they were getting into for the playtest. And it's true, Mecha was part of the playtest and they were awful back to me. There were two groups. We had the Duck Squad. They were a whole bunch of newbies to Dungeons and Dragons by and large. And so they were dropping in at the shallow end of the pool. They were all low-level characters against low-level Warframes and built up from there. The other group was Wolf Squad. Wolf Squad was a group of 7 very advanced Dungeons and Dragons players. Every single one of them had had multiple characters in multiple campaigns. Many of them had even run groups of their own. No holds were barred when it came to them setting up their characters and creating a party composition which was there to fight Warframes, and fuck did they fight. Oh boy. Oh boy. One of the characters, Mecha's character specifically, had a particular penchant for running up to any particular Warframe, didn't matter which one they were, grabbing them by the scruff, and then just slamming them into the ground. And if they weren't dead by that point, he'd just keep on fucking doing it. Lock down a whole ass Warframe by treating it like Hulkbuster versus Hulk. And the Hulkbuster usually won. So the Warframes were defeatable. They were set up and balanced appropriately, level appropriate, mostly. a couple changes had to be made. That's why it was a beta test. Where did we sit in this? Where did I personally sit in this? I'm not sure I understand the question, sorry. Alright, that I think is already just a strong pose. We'll try a side pose as well. Let's grab a couple of these here, and then we'll try another animation as well. There we go. And then... what a left pose. I've done a lot of rights. Let's do a left pose. So, and then we'll rotate this one so we can get maximum effect with it for myself there. There we go. Kensei Monk Swords Bar is probably your favorite, most potent build. Just shits out damage, a lot of control abilities and mobility. Yeah, so you know how Baruch is a monk? Or at least he's got monk themes to him as well. Yeah, I blended together Warframe and D&D for that particular design. I gave him some extra mobility that isn't present in Baruch in Warframe, because otherwise it would just feel like an affront to have a not mobile monk. It just felt wrong. So, the combat opened up, and the squishy caster sorceress at the back of the party thought she'd be okay. Up until the monk sprinted around everyone else, started wailing on her, and then tried putting almost everyone else to sleep. Hyper-mobile Baruch, with all of Baruch's abilities, but also the ability to further enhance the speed. It was beautiful. You remember that? Oh yeah. It was by fortune that some of those who were not affected by the lull ability were precisely the ones that could get the sorceress out of dodge, as she also tried to escape herself and was struggling. It was beautiful. Alright, let's rotate this back and give it a little bit of time. Give us something else, Grendel. Give us something else. What you got? How many kilometers can Gauss run in 6 seconds? I don't know. Mecha, how far did Gauss run? Oh wait, no. Was Gauss against you guys? Can't remember. Does his dodge work like mirror image? I think him and Mirage got better than mirror image. See, this just makes me think of a frog that's about to just leap up onto a tree. That is just frog squat. Grendel's shooting for the moon. Sumo frog, pretty much, yeah. I'm just going to allow myself to be distracted a moment here. This could be someone's screensaver now. Do people still use screensavers? New starting soon screen is unlocked. Yeah. Oh, oh, damn, he suddenly switched out of that one. Don't know if there's really a pose I want in any of this, though. There. As he shuffles the weight, there. Putting that weight onto that right leg of his. That can give us a good pose. Coming in from a slightly lower angle, giving a bit more of the imposition on the tusks. That, I think, has it. Yeah, super long map for Gauss? Yeah, it was something like 300 feet long. Half of Mecha's group went, okay, yep, we see how this is. We'll sprint down to you and get you before you pick us off at range. Half the party sprinted down, and then Gauss went, that's cute, sprinted past them to the ones who couldn't move quickly, and went for it. Like, oh shit. They had to quickly double back and rescue the other half of the party. Like, no, that was not how this was supposed to go. Out went a Thermal Sunder. slowing down people as well. It's like, eek. Good times. Gal still got his face beaten. But good times until that happened. Good times until that happened. He was this close to forcing the haste spell to drop, and that would have been devastating. Oh, that would have been devastating. Alright, that's enough screwing around with the Grendel. Thank you very much for bringing that over here, Catacosmos. Much appreciated. And our next one would be from Crescendo Fury, offering Clevo. Crescendo has not got the Clevo to offer, so we've already had a Clevo. Cosmo literally rolling out. Love it. So that brings us instead on to Enforcer 565, offering to do Trinity Prime Night Mode. Absolutely, Enforcer 565. If you are still with us, could you please put !D&D fashion into the chat right now? That is to confirm that you've seen that message and that you are happy with the details. So Enforcer 565, !D&D fashion from you specifically, please. And then I'll need to confirm what your Twitch username is as well, so I know I'm speaking to the right person. Slowing in D&D is devastating. Flashbacks to Corvex. Oh yeah. So Ladybug was part of the Duck Squad, the weaker squad, as it were, or lower level, I should say. Same day, you know what I mean. When they came up against a Corvex, they came up against Corvex alongside, I think it was a Banshee you had at the same time, I want to say. And so while part of the group were trying to deal with the Banshee and everything that meant, Corvex slammed down the pillar, this lovely irradiating zone, and then grabbed hold of Ladybug and dragged Ladybug back into the zone. They did everything they could to just get out of it and just went, no, you're coming with me. It was only by the grace of an ability to teleport Ladybug out of that spot that they survived. These Warframes do not screw around. Yeah, that zone absolutely slammed you. You tried to get away, and it would have been lethal if you didn't have someone teleport you out of it. That would have been lethal. Alright, Mecha Copy, let's bring you in. You said you were bringing Trinity. Let me make a note of that. There we go. Hello, Esprit. Welcome on in. Important context. Ladybug is a paladin. Very true. Yep. Corvex would be so scary. Just this unmovable reactor. Yeah. It's a monster. It is a monster. I mean, that's what I designed him as. Is there a queue to the fashion show? There is. We've got a lot of tabs along the end. I don't even know how many. I'm just working my way through them. We can see we've got Look Original, The Fallen Angel, Side Panda, Baggett, and probably more along the end. But you're welcome to join the queue as well. We're just going to work through them bit by bit. Now, when I said night, this would deserve inspiration. This is just bang on the money. Oh! That is amazing right there. That is amazing. Yes. Okay, let's get a good shot on this one. We're gonna get a bunch of shots on this one. That's just beautiful. It just fits a D&D universe so perfectly. It's got enough design to it, enough details to make it interesting, but at the same time, it looks like something that could be there, and that's all the more terrifying. Imagine you've got this sea of soldiers marching towards you, and you realise one of them's just a little bit too decorated. You recognise, ah shit, that's not a person. That one's a Warframe. They've got a Warframe in the ranks. Fuck. That's what I see here, and that is beautiful. I love it. Love it. So, let's grab our shots. Let's bring this together. It's like when the Avengers first see Thanos. Pretty much. You just say, ah, okay, now we're really in trouble. Now we're really in trouble. Alright, let's do this. So, First of all, have I actually noted down? Yep, Mecha can't be bringing out the Trinity. Beautiful. Set that. Screenshot. There we go. Is that a Void Shell skin material or just amazing color and lighting? I would imagine it's going to be Void Shell going on here. I would imagine it's going to be. And you know what? Yeah, let's get from just off the front angle as well. Like that there. It almost has a bit of Power Ranger vibe to it as well, almost. But still, it's working nicely. Is there a specific theme other than D&D related? So my general suggestion is monsters, knights, warlocks. Yeah, or monstrous knights, warlocks. That's my suggestion. So we have had warlocks in the form of like Wisp and Harrow. We have had knights, as you can see here, in Trinity and in Revenant. Monstrous, like with Nidus. With Vauban. Vauban was a knight. Monstrous. We had a kind of monstrous knight Necros. It was a bit of a mix. I love it. So yeah. Let me focus on getting this, and then I'll answer some more questions. There we go. And ooh, bollocks, wrong buttons. Let me just hard reset that. Now let's force a character into a idle animation of some kind. See what we can get. Holding it off to the other side as well. You know what, actually can work. We can work with that as well. So I'm going to take that one. Let's do a quick and dirty capture on that. Get it all in the shot. There we go. And for those of you wondering why it keeps on going off the screen, what I'm doing is using the simple runtime window editor. Purple Flurp has a video explaining how this works. I think there's Purple Flurp. I'll have to double check that now. You know, I'm going to double check that right now in case I am calling out the wrong person as being helpful. Because that would suck. Well, I think it's Purple Flurp. Point is, I'm using a simple runtime window editor to increase the resolution from 1920 by 1080 to 8K resolution. Right, do you do something to swing with that? Nope, just put it over to the side. Okay, well that means we've got the limits of Trinity for this one. But that is a good limit. So, Mechacon B of the Enforcer variety, thank you very much for bringing that fashion. That is absolutely beautiful. I've got the file size. I mean, I upload videos that can be over 20 gigabytes. So, a 26 megabyte picture is nothing. I could literally have 1,000 of these screenshots, and it would only just add up to a single video upload. Yeah. I mean, granted, not all my videos are that big, but some of them do get up to the 20-odd gigabyte upload. It takes a while to render and to put up. God, does it take a while. Alright, Look Original got a black and white swamp monster hunter thing Avara. Sounds great. Look Original, if I could have your Twitch username, and if you could put exclamation mark D&D fashion into the chat. Alright, Original. There it is. Beautiful. So you'll confirm that you are satisfied with all of that. So they said they're bringing a Avara. Let me add that to my list. And I'll just quickly recap which ones we've had now. Raken Original. So, this Avara goes alongside the Trinity, Grendel, Revenant Protea, Wisp Kalervo, Necros Jaya, Harrow, Nidus, Lavos, and Vauban that we have had so far. Yeah, my YouTube videos didn't used to always be quite that large. There was obviously a spike when I jumped up to 60 FPS videos rather than 30 FPS, as I had a better computer to basically produce things on. Yeah. What is D&D fashion, sir? In this case, it is because what D&D fashion is we are gathering capturers for my D&D Warframe project. I have turned every single Warframe into multiple Dungeons & Dragons compatible monsters. I'm getting close to finishing up the project. Basically, we need the graphics for it. I'll compile it all together, do one final pass, make sure everything looks brilliant, and then I'll be done. a fucking colossal document. Absolutely monstrously big document. Over 200 pages of mechanics, spells, and now graphics too, to allow you to drop these monsters into any Dungeons & Dragons campaign to torment your players with. Should your DM provide a brief description or just let it speak for itself? It's fine for it to speak for itself. I just need what frame you're bringing, basically, and then what Twitch username as well. Alright. This is a very different imagining of Avara to how I used it in the playtest, and that is absolutely fine. Can I... It's just kind of bouncing with it. What's her idle animation with it going to be? Is it going to... Is this all she's going to do with it? Just wobble like that? Can't be all of it. What animation am I using? I'm not. This is someone else's. Okay. She is just going to keep bouncing like that. That's fine. Let's see what angle works on this. It's kind of hard to resolve her image here, I'll be quite honest. Like, it's dramatic, don't get me wrong, it is dramatic, but I'm trying to imagine this in the document, in the book. I don't see that being a good one, sorry. For record's purpose, for demonstrating it to someone, this is an Avara. I don't think this one sells as an Avara, sorry. Not in a coherent enough way. So I like it, it is dramatic, it is monstrous, like you said, but it just doesn't quite grab the angle I'm looking for. Sorry on that. Yeah. So unless you have something else cooked up for her, no. Alright. Alright, not to worry on that. That's 1 out of over a dozen so far. We're going to have those. That's absolutely fine. Let's see. Western... Mesa. Alright then. Lieutenant-ish makes the look. That's fine. Let's bring you on in. Can anyone participate? Absolutely. Send me a message in game, the Kengineer, with your Warframe that you were intending to bring. And preferably also your Twitch username if it's different, so I know who I am referring to in Twitch as well. Fallen Angel, what I'll need from you is, as I say, your Twitch username, and then if you could use the exclamation mark D&D fashion command to confirm for me that you've read that and you agree to it. Let's get those details together, please. Am I looking for any frames in particular? All of them. So we've had Vauban, Lavos, Nidus, Harrow, Jaya, Necros, Calevo, Wisp, Protea, Revenant, Grendel, Trinity, Avara. Not Avara in the end. We're now having a look at Mesa. And add what I say. So I need exclamation mark D&D fashion from you, please, to confirm that you are satisfied with what our message says. You are happy to participate under those terms. Not from you, Solomir. Not from you, Esprit. I am specifically asking a person to type it in. Please do not type it in when you are not the person being asked, because all you're doing is filling up the chat. When I ask it from a specific person, I need it from that person. I mean, you've shown them what to do, but yeah. The reason being on that is that then that can't be removed when you've done that and then you agree to it, you say you're fine with it. Those messages just don't vanish. That's on your profile forever. That is in the recording of this stream forever. Can you participate? Everyone can. Unless they're banned, in which case fuck off. But everyone else can. The Fallen Angel, presuming then, are you satisfied with those terms? You've not actually said. Are you happy with that? That you provide your time and fashion frame to this project freely, irrevocably, free of any royalty or challenge. I'm covering my ass when it comes to any kind of permissions, arguments, whatnots. Because I'm using other people's fashion and setup and time and effort. Is the Harrow fashion intended on my Lamos? I just like having it on him. Excellent, thank you, Fallen Angel. Alright. Let's bring this Mesa in. Now, it's very interesting we've got this Mesa. Okay, that companion hopefully should stay out of the way. It's interesting with this Mesa. Here's a little bit of D&D project history for you. When I originally brought Mesa in, I figured that most people wouldn't want to have guns in their D&D setting. A lot of people don't like having guns just as a thing. They feel it doesn't fit. And that's a perfectly acceptable reason. However, what I did first with her is that I created Mesa as a... oh god, what's the name of it? Fuck, I just had the name and it's left me. Sorry, one moment. Works for the devil, collects souls, fiery head. How have I lost this? Where did... Ghost Rider! Thank you. Yes, I use Ghost Rider inspiration. So I went for a flames, necrotic, demonic approach. Rather than gunslinger approach. But after the fact decided, nope, despite making all that, it's actually terrible as a design. It's too far removed from it, and if someone doesn't want guns in their game, they would just not pick Mesa. So the entire reasoning was butt kiss from the start. But it's interesting that now we have this. Purely by coincidence, I dare say. But it works. Let's give that a quick little rotate so we can get the maximum viewing angle and appreciation on that. Yep. What are we clearing in the private message? I just need to know what Warframe you're bringing and what Twitch username, if it's different from in-game. Just so we can get that all set up there. Let's get this screenshot just from a basic angle to get us started. There we go. I think I just closed out of the wrong thing. Yep, oopsies. Alright. Let's bring out the guns. Can you activate your 4, please? Any second now. Any second now. There we go. Alright then. Let's... yeah. And if I could have you aim up a little bit, please. That was a stream delay? Just a bit, yeah. Would have been better to type a message. I didn't think this person was watching with a 30-year stream delay, but there we are. Some people are streaming this from Mozambique, I guess. Or the moon. Alright. Let's try a couple angles on this. That looks a bit weird. But we'll give it a try. Hello, Ghoul. How you doing? How about an overhead? In that high angle shot. Hope to try and mitigate the look of them being above our hands a bit. Ooh. Yeah. Because yeah, from that angle that'd be terrible. And that blocks too much face. Coming in close doesn't work for us. So yep, that's the angles we can get on that one. Alright, I'm satisfied. We got a few angles, we can work with that. Are you shorter than me? It's gotta be the pose. Mesa, thank you very much for bringing that in here. Fallen Angel, much appreciated. You sent DM to me on Warframe, sent you look. What should you do now? Wait for yourself to be selected. I'm going through the DMs in the order they arrived, so you're in the queue. Which brings us now to Side Panda with Ember. Okay. So, Side Panda on Twitch. Yep, if I could just have a bit from you. You've said it perfectly. Just to confirm from that as well, you're happy with it. You agree? Excellent, let's bring you in. You got an ad? How the hell have you got another ad that quick? You weren't here 20 minutes. Alright, Side Panda should be loading on in. Also, Mirrorlabe, thank you very much for the gifted sub over to Ghoul and Ghoul, making sure they don't have to deal with the adverts. There we are. Okay, so it looks like we're going for the magical line here with Ember. I like it, I like it. Always bring it out of the book. Works a treat. Let's see. If we can get the mid-idle animation, we're able to be able to get the shawls out of the way of their overall form. I think, actually, that angle right there gives us a good starting point. Those arm bits are very wizardry. They are, absolutely. There is a definite magical theme going on here. I like it. So, let's get that first one in from this angle. Should work just fine as is. There we go. Bring us back to normal. Yeah, that angle darkens too much. Don't want to go low. Don't want to go high. No. Now, need to get that not clipping. Now, dead on like that, perhaps? Do it. Actually, do it off to the side. Bit of tactical, bit of tactical modesty, shall we? You know, unintentional censorship. Maybe that's a smart idea at this point. Let's get that well positioned. There we go. Set to max resolution. There we are. Looks more battle ready too. Maybe. Thing is, not all of them need to be exactly battle ready shots. We can work with it. Now, I think with this setup, because the book is nice, but it's also bringing her around quite so much. If I could have you please switch to your synthesis scanner. You already know it. You already know what you do. Actually, that's just a straight up emote. Hold up. Hold up. I mean, yeah, what a pick. What a pick of an animation right there. What a pick of an animation. That is someone who knows how to make their fashion pop, because part of it is making them feel alive. That is someone striding in to cause problems, and baby, they love being the problem. That's what we're wanting. Screw the censorship, yeah. I love it. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Beautiful. One 8K screenshot of that recorded very happily. I don't know if I need to do anything else with that one. That's just job done right there. That's Ember in a nutshell? Absolutely. Came here to cause a practical problem? Very much so. Very much so. People asking if any particular frame is taken. I'm not going to say yes or no, because very simply, if it's not already taken, there may be someone already in the queue who wants to take it, so I cannot make any guarantees. This Ember from Side Panda, absolutely beautiful. Thank you very much for bringing that to us here. Thank you very, very much on that. Which brings us to Baggett, who's linked a bajillion different things. You can only pick one. This is not how we're doing it. It's not how anyone's been doing it this entire time. So, Baggett, you're going to have to just pick. What frame are you bringing? You think I'd like Atlas? Okay, bring in your Atlas. We've not had an Atlas yet. That's absolutely fine. Anyone else who'd like to join in, you can send me a message in game, the Kengineer, with the name of the frame you'd like to showcase your fashion for the D&D project. You will be required to confirm you're happy to meet the terms in order to actually present it as part of that. So Baggett has done the right thing there, exclamation mark D&D fashion to confirm the terms there. Baggett, if you just confirm you're happy with that. Excellent, thank you, Baggett. And you're very welcome, Side Panda. It's well earned. Absolutely well earned. You've done good there. Let's bring in Baggett. So they're coming in with their Atlas. There we go. Okay then. So we've gone from magic all the way over to our knight. Absolutely. These are the themes we are looking for, and that is such a heavy approach right there. That is a strong starting point. Oh, the cloak and everything. I wonder if we can get a good active animation out of this one. So we're going to get a good passive shot first. Go over a couple of them. And then we'll go for the active shots. This, I think, is going to be a nice one. Start with that. And then one dead on front. Looking right at him. And him looking right at us. That's the threatening bit. He's got his non-existent eyes on us. That gives us some passive stances. Now let's see what he does when he starts swinging this thing around a bit. Is that it? I was expecting a little bit more. So let's go for an attack animation actually on this one. Let's see what attack animations you've got for me. No, not those. Not those, please, not those. Okay, yeah. So we might be able to make this work. Let's slow this down, I think. That's not how I do this. Slow motion on 0.2 will be fine. Okay, not sure why it's fine. Okay. 0.1 it is. I need to get away from Yao. There we go. Okay. I'm going to need you to start attacking. So just hold down whichever attack combo you want to use there. There we go. So we should be able to get this in some action shots. Now we've got energy on it as well. We'll see if we get a good shot that doesn't look bad with the energy. Because yeah, that kind of thing is not going to work as well. You move it if needed. It's more what Warframe forces in, because it does put just some effects in places you can't easily get around. If you could do some more attacks, I'll grab it during a different swing. Let's see what you got there. So we got the overhead one, and we'll wait for the next one to come through. Wait for it. There we go. Let's come in and grab that animation. Nice slow-mo. Let us find where it's happening. Okay, that's looking dynamic. That's looking dynamic. Oh, wait. No! Shit! Oh, the cloak was clipping through. Okay. Can we work with this here? That's holding it weird. That's... Oh, it's got a trail in it now. Damn it. Damn it! Oh, that energy trail again. Yeah, black energy color might be the way to go. If you put green instead, no, don't put green. Nah, I don't think, because the clipping risk as well, the cape. Yeah, it's this swoosh, which looks nice in gameplay, but has an impact on the appearances we can get here. And then the claw physics. Oh, don't smash the camera. Okay, so we're back to this one here. As he's bringing it around, the cape is not doing what we need it to. And then it's too late. No. This one's not made for an action shot. This one is not made for an action shot. Not all of them are. Sometimes it just doesn't connect, but that's fine. We've got the passive static ones, and those can certainly give us the approach we are looking for as well. So unless you've got any outstanding emotes to go with that there, that would otherwise bring us to the end of the Atlas one, Baggett. Nope. Alright then. Thank you very much. Okay, that's fine. We've got plenty of shots from that one. We can keep on going through these. We've got blank paper here, Necros, which we've done now. That's been done. Zaku, sorry, too much time has passed. Got rest for work. Okay, fair enough. That's absolutely fine. Thanks for you being around anyway, blank paper. Nat Panda, bringing Hildren. All right, yep. We haven't had a Hildren yet, so let's see a lovely Hildren if you are still around, indeed. Nat Panda, what is your Twitch username? And if you could please use ! D&D fashion, specifically Nat Panda, so we can confirm you are happy with the terms of entering this here for us. This is for the Warframe D&D project I've been putting together for a very long time. 90-Day Panda, brilliant. And this will be some of the graphics to go along with it. Not every single one is guaranteed to go through. Not every single one is going to end up looking right once all the bits and pieces come together. But any that are included, offered freely, irrevocably, and free of any royalty or challenge. Oh, you didn't have a stance equip, Baggett. That'll explain why you had such a limited moveset, yeah. Not to worry. Not to worry. So, Nasty Panda, if you could just confirm you're happy with those details there, and then we'll go ahead. Just pop your confirmation in the Twitch chat. Any second. I'm sure it's just a bit of a Twitch delay, it's all. 100% agree. Excellent! Splendid, 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 splendid. Alright then, and they have arrived. Oh, we have gone for silver and gold Hildren. We've got the same kind of Syandana, that's fine. Atlas and Hildren are far enough apart on the docket that we should not need to worry about that one. Okay then. What's this shimmeriness we got going on here? What is that? What am I looking at here? Oh, Cobra. Wait, that's Cobra and Crane? What the hell happened to it? No, what? Something has gone very wrong here. That does not look right. Devery skin thingy? I don't know how this is going to come out. Let's give it a try. Yeah, it's constantly flickering. Oh god, that hurts my eyes slightly. Oh, you just changed it. Okay. It seems to be looking better now. Whatever happened. Okay, that already. Ah, the lighting though. Where... We need you to face another way. Face over here, please. Face over here, please. There we go. Now let's try that again. Oh, no, not come over. Not come over. Face. Words. They have meanings. Alright, now we've got proper lighting on her from this angle. I think it's going to be this angle. I could be wrong. Let's see what happens. Okay, still not ideal. Her shoulder has merged with her face there. That's no good, unfortunately. Alright, take it back. That... because of the design, it's a little hard to resolve the image on the eyes there. That, however, that can work. Get a little bit of height on it to give her more of a presence behind the shield. That can work. There we go. There we go. The head isn't so easy to resolve, but with the eyebrow headwear thing, it still comes together. I think we can get a resolvable image out of that. Bring it in nice and good for the zoom. Do you need to pair the fashion with a weapon, or can we have just the frame idle? Just frame idle is absolutely fine. Just the frame is absolutely fine. If anything, in many cases, often better. Weapons can limit the expression of the frame itself. Alright. Let's let that move out of position. Those petals taking a moment to move, which is not grand, but there we are. Now that idle shot, I think, is giving absolutely no fair attention to Hildren. Does not do her justice. So we'll see if we can get slight more of post from this. Sword out has darkened. Darkened like that is not what I was hoping for. That's because it's just the way the lighting lands. No, I'm not going to include that. I just know that's not going to go the way I need it to. And that's just bringing us back around to where we were. We got a shot. Now I'm going to grab one idle one. You never know. Grab an idle. Right there. Might as well. Whilst you're here. Boop. There we are. Want to do one with the weapons, mostly because it gives that night look. That's absolutely fine, yeah. If it works for the look you're going for, it works for the look you're going for. That's the whole point, is that it is relatively freeform within the general request here. That is the whole point. We have a request to switch over to the music, so let's do that. There we go. We'll have that in the background. But yeah, Natty, thank you very much for bringing your Hildren in with that lovely golden look. Enjoy your sleek Hildren. Diamond Link, if y'all still around, logging out. That's unfortunate. Not to worry, we have been very much behind on the queue, but that just happens. If all above is taken off of Varuna, that's the last message on here. Varuna, we have not had. Varuna, we have not had. So, Joshua Jong, assuming you are still around, if we could please have your Varuna. Let me know if you are still around, please. Is it even knights or magic? So I'm looking for knights. I am looking for warlocks, sorcery, that kind of thing. I'm looking for monstrous. Those are the ones. Twitch name, Jolly Quartz. Ah, there you are. Alright, Jolly Quartz, just for the moment, right here, right now, if I could please have exclamation mark D&D fashion from you. Exclamation mark D&D fashion. Have we had a brook yet? We have not. Initially offered Citrine. Okay, well, bring Citrine or Varuna then. But I still need the exclamation mark D&D fashion from you, followed by your confirmation if you are happy with the terms of that message. Excellent. You can come on in. Either your Citrine or your Varuna is fine. Either one of them. Have we had a Eurali? Not yet. They might be in the queue. It is very much first come, first serve on this today. Just so we can keep the flow going. Okay. Josh joining with the Citrine. There we go. Here's Jolly Quartz. Alright then. Could you please disable your companion? Just so they don't get in the way of any shots. How do you move the weapon? Switch to your synthesis or codex scanner. I have mine key binding to 5. 5 on the numpad, that is. Okay. Companions do weird things here. Alright then, that is a citrine with a glow to it. Got that signal again with the petals going, that's absolutely fine. I think the citrine with this animation steps forward, throws her arms down, and goes iridescent. And that, right there, is citrine personified. That is citrine. Putting that iridescent sheen on all the rest of it. Getting a bit of a top down to get the angle. So you're absolutely radiant. There we are. That is the citrine picture. I'm taking no further questions. There we go. Just going to make sure that one did save nice and cleanly. Steam shots. Yeah, we've got all Hildrens in. Waiting for this one to come through. Each of these is about 30 megabytes per screenshot. My word. Mind you, the Lavos one was 40 because they had a background as well. Beautiful. Yeah. I think that's just going to capture her beautifully. Could there be anything better to put in the citrine section than that? Realistically, could there be anything better? Compared to being, you know, just stud, all gems and standing. Nah. I think we have our one straight away there. I think we have our one straight away. Beautiful fashion, beautiful animation. It just works. Josh, thank you very much for bringing that one over to us here. Let's see. We have got Asia offering Degath. All right. Asia, if you're still around. Degath is absolutely the next one we can have here. Please confirm you're still around. Just saying, if I saw something like that approach me down a hall all shimmery and just no pout, yeah, understandable. Especially if you saw it do that immediately after peppering your friend to death with a shower of crystal shards. Yeah. Alright, Asia is definitely around. They've done the D&D fashion. If you're happy to confirm that, I'll bring it on in. You'd know about if you saw any Warframe. The correct response, let's be real. Asia, if I could just have in the Twitch chat, you're happy with the terms there. Just think of all the Warframes that you don't see coming. There are some that really show themselves off, and there are others. The first moment you realise something is wrong is that your friend next to you just split in half. You heard nothing. You saw nothing. You had no idea whatsoever that something was about to go down. And your friend is in pieces. No sound. Just death. And then you feel the cuts start to streak across your skin. Because Equinox has taken another step forwards. And now, she is in range of you. Run. Asia, I can't actually go forwards at the moment, so I haven't seen your confirmation in the Twitch chat, so I do still need that from you, please. You posted a D&D fashion, I need your confirmation that you're actually happy with it. Because otherwise you're just reading it. Is Noble looking Warframe sign? Yeah, we're looking for Knight, we're looking for Sorcery, we're looking for Monstrous. Any of those three. Excellent, Asia, thank you. That's just a CYA on this. Okay. Degath with Doorclave as well. Beautiful. Now, let's see. What is that animation there? Oh, I don't know if that's going to... God, that is so fast. It's hard to see if we can get a good one. What is how even does that happen? That particular shape, I don't know. Let's get a passive shot from her first, then. Let's get a passive shot. And you know what, actually, because of her more monstrous nature, I'm going to mess with the field of view on this one. We take a really zoomed in field of view and then pull out a bit there. What that does, it just subtly changes the way she holds the weapon. Just that little different. Although I think I've done that wrong way around, actually. No, I want it that way, don't I? There it is. That's what I was going for. Maybe it's not that subtle. There we go. Fill up the space. Should go a little bit further and I can rotate it. That's the whole point of having this rotation available to us. Actually, that's taking up too much space. I do need to come back a bit. But yeah, messing with the field of view like that just makes the Doorclave look that little bit longer, that little bit more dangerous. Got a pyramid head looking sword, the Doorclave? Just a bit, yeah. And that's good. That's good. Alright, so yeah, we'll take this angle here. There we go. That just gives us maximum resolution, 8K screenshot. Gotta love them. Let's see, can we get any additional animation effects out of this, maybe? Doubting it because of the way that the whip works. Unlikely. Let me slow that down. You never know. Somewhere in the slow motion might be what we're looking for. I bet trying to do the mocap for this was fun. Assuming they used that. Nah, there's nothing in that animation I'm looking for there. Nothing in that animation, so the passive stance will do just fine. But there we go then. We got the shot for that one. Asia, thank you very much for bringing that in. Much appreciated. Make sure you are on the list. Yep. A-E-S-Z-A-H. Beautiful. Okay, we got Ladybug here. Hello, I'd like to bring Limbo. Yep, we've not had a Limbo yet. Ladybug. If I can have from you, please, exclamation mark, D&D fashion in the chat. And followed by your confirmation you agree to it, if you are happy with the terms on that there. Basically just confirming you offer this freely, irrevocably, no royalty, yada yada yada. Good old basic legalese. Without going through contracts, everyone. It's just a case of I'm making sure everyone understands their part in this. And if you don't, ask questions. That's what they're there for. Let's see, what frames have we had so far now? We've had Vauban, Lavos, Nidus, Harrow, Jaya, Necros, Kalevo, Wisp, Protea, Revenant, Grendel, Trinity, Mesa, Ember, Atlas, Hildren, Citrine, Degath, and now we're getting a Limbo. Of course from Crown Ladybug. Yep, they have confirmed they are satisfied. There they are. Okay. Got a little bit of a mix of the Batwing there. It's a natural kind of wizardly, warlocky magician approach that just comes with Limbo as a matter of course. Might do some color enhancement on this, it'll be fine. But yeah, we can absolutely get a shot from that one there. Now, I think I still have my FFV set up. Let's set that back to normal. Thinking capture is 60. There we go. Give him a little bit of imposition with the height. Looking off to the side, you know what? I don't know why he did that suddenly, but I will take it. That works. We can still do it. There we go. The rest can be done in post on that one. get the side angle that he's looking at. That could fit into a narrow spot as well. Like it. And then let's see if we got any idle animation out of that we want to mess with. So first of all, before he takes off the hat, catch it there, get the cape to come down as much as possible. There. That'll do. Don't want to push that any further. You're flashbanged by a green screen? Oh, you would have hated the white screen we had earlier then. Besides, it was in the thumbnail on Twitch, so you just didn't look at the thumbnail, did you? And now, hat off. Huzzah! Don't think we'll use the hat off the picture, but we might as well have it there. It's limbo. There we are. We probably won't use that one, but you never know. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Oh, I'm in follow channels? Fair enough, fair enough. I'll give you all that. Alright then, there we are. We got ourselves a bit of limbo action in there as well. Grand Ladybug, thank you very much for contributing your fashion to the stream and project. Much appreciated. Gangrel with a Garuda. Let's have a look at what your Garuda has to offer. Gangrel, if I please could confirm your Twitch username, and if you could do the whole D&D fashion thing you've been hearing. Same username as in-game, that's easy. Agreement straight through. Oh, love it when people make it nice and easy like that. Come on in. Garuda from Gangrel EU. Is the Warframe D&D project going to be a book? Where can you find it? It's going to be a big old PDF. I will not be able to get it into a physical published format, so that's just not going to be appropriate for it. But it will be freely available as a PDF when all finished. It's gonna be big. I might need to do a double publish of it, so with and without pictures. That might be necessary. Alright, so, Garuda time. Using... Is that Inaros posing? That just seems rather odd. Filing gigabyte, you don't want it? Komes. Oh, of course, yes. Sorry, not a idle animation I've messed around with much yet, so yeah, that makes sense. Alright. Will she look this way at all? We might need to force that. Oh, wait, that. I ask, I receive. Okay, cool. Let's get dead on shot with that one there. Let's get dead on shot. Let's grab that to start with. There we go. Entrance back up. Kneeling is definitely not the pose we want. Now, you don't have a melee equipped at the moment, which means you can bring out your claws. Could you please bring out your claws? Excellent. And let's get a passive shot again first. Get a passive one in here. Let's just go very simply with that. Not going to over focus on it. There we go. And let's get some combat animation going in. So if you could hold down a melee attack of some type, use one of your combos. Whilst it's held, it should just keep flowing through. Let's see what we can get here that fits. Don't like those swipes. Those swipes when they come in, it looks cinematic in gameplay, but it's terrible for capturers. I mean, it's dramatic, but it's video game dramatic. No. 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 Nope. Crashing into the floor at this point. Floor or... Oh, Lavos. Ha. That's what I'm bumping into there. That almost indicates just being fast, not sharp. Nope. That just looks goofy. That also looks goofy. No, I think we'll reach the limit on that one. There's with the spider webs and the white trails, again, it looks cinematic when you're fighting, but for a shot, nope. I think the passives are going to be the one for that one. Heavy attack, maybe? Maybe. Yeah. Garuda, try a heavy attack, please. We're not including that. No, too much energy. Far too much energy. That's heavy attacks in a nutshell. What we can do, a jump up high and do a slam. Real high and then do a slam. That was barely high. Come on, jump! I'm going to need to slow-mo this to get the right moment. Where the hell is that white streak coming from? Well, if you weren't already blind, you are now. This one's not happening. It's fine, we tried. Wait. Maybe? Nope, doesn't hold it long enough. Nope. No chance. We tried. Not happening with that one. Thank you, Garuda. We have our passive shot. That'll have to do for us. That'll have to do on that one. That might be one of the ones we revisit. Not sure at the moment. We'll see. We will see. But Gangrel, thank you very much for contributing all the same on that. Which brings us to Esprit. Frost's main fashion want to use. Well, Frost is available. Absolutely. Frost is available. So, Esprit, if I could have from you, please, like with the others, in the chat, exclamation mark, D&D fashion, and then confirmation if you agree to the terms of that there. You agree fully? I need you to actually post it at the same time, Esprit. Thank you. There we are. Okay. Let's bring you in. Let's have a Frost from Esprit of the Null variety. We've had a lot of interesting fashions here, and I'm sure we still got plenty more to go through. This is going to give us a lot to work with in terms of knights, sorcery, warlocks, and monsters. Alright. Let's have you looking in the right direction. I mean, for starters, that should give us a good shot right there. Just a good passive to work with. So get us close in. There we are. Beautiful. Let's get a little bit of animated movement in here. See, now, unlike Hildren, this one works out for Frost, I think. If we get that angle there, that is a dynamic shot I can work with. Yes. See his eyes? Yeah. That one there, bracing. Yeah. Let's see, if I go there, I will lose the shield. If I go there, it's off at the wrong angle. If I go there, we start to lose the face and sword a bit. I think there's going to be the best value on that particular angle. That one there. There we are. Okay. That should give us some bits to work with on that Frost. Swing through as well. Now, there's too much of the profile there. Maybe like this? let's record it for recording's sake. Why not? I've got space on the hard drive. Yep, that'll do us quite nicely there. That'll do us quite nicely. That is a lovely setup, and yes, that is a good choice of Sayonara. That has come out beautifully. Thank you very much for the frost there from Esprit. Much appreciated. Hello there, Andy. Welcome on in. Alright, Fengwei, we got Wukong. Okay, yep. Fengwei 17, bringing in Wukong. If I could have from you, please, just like with the others, exclamation mark D&D fashion in the Twitch chat, please, from you, Fengwei, to confirm that you are happy with the details there. Just a little bit of legalese CYA. What do I think about Jade so far? She's alright. There we are, we've got the command from Fengwei. We'll take a moment to read that. If they're happy with it, they'll say as much. If they're happy with it. If not, then... Yep, happy with it, happy to proceed. Excellent, let's bring you on in. Fengwei 17. There we are. Wait for them to join in and see what Wukong they've got for us. Will it be a knight? Will it be a warlock? Will it be a monster? Only one way to find out, that is to wait and see as they arrive. Let's see what they got for us. It is, of course, a knight. Okay. Oh, we appear to be close to the edge of the capture wall. So let's move over here somewhere. Didn't realize we'd gone so close to the walls. I mean, they are invisible. There we are. Just puts us in a better part of the room. Okay. Let's come in close and see what we've got here. So we've got those snaky ephemeras going around. I am going to exclude that because that looks fancy. It doesn't necessarily look good. Do they just continue to happen forever and ever? They do. Okay. I'm going to need you to remove that ephemera. It looks fancy, but in terms of a static image, it doesn't look good. So if you can remove the ephemera, then we can see about the actually seeing the rest of the fashion, yeah. That's one of the challenges of translating any kind of fashion or anything with life and vitality into a single image. You can't look at it from multiple angles. You can't see it moving. You can't see it animated. You can't see any of the shimmering effects it might have. You just get one single PNG and that's it. And that is a challenge, to try and make that PNG have all of that character. Have we got a doubling of the sword going on, or is it meant to look like that? I think it's supposed to look like that. Yeah. Nope. Nope, there is definitely a doubling going on. What is this? Alright. That one's brokey at the moment. Could you switch to a different frame and switch back? It looks like there is a bit of an animation glitch on yours, or design glitch. So just switch to a different frame, switch back to this one. It should load then the fashion correctly. You're very right, Ladybug. Yeah, static images do make it a lot harder to identify Warframes if they are inappropriately fashioned, yeah. Stream delay strikes again. It will do. There's no getting around it in a reasonable manner. I'm not going to type out everything I say when I can just say it. A typed out stream is just... yeah. We'll give a moment. There we go. They've got their Wukong back. Let's get into this. Looking at it, I feel like this middle bit is supposed to be there. It's just... what even? Oh, that's what's happening. The scabbard's just out of position entirely. Okay. No idle animation available to us then. We have to just work with the passive shot. Alright. Not ideal, not ideal. Let's grab it here. If I look at it two-sided on, it looks a little bit weird. Like that. There. I will say I'm not. Picture of him with himself doing a handshake. It might be the way to go about this. Yeah. Let's grab this static image for now. It's what has been brought in, so we'll take this as our starting point. I'm not sold on it, but I might be sold on it later. But yeah, let's switch to having the clone out. Now we can't have the casting animation of the clone because that has a load of particle effects. But if we can bring out the clone. There we go. Yeah, you see all those particle effects. They'll be a problem normally. Now give your clone a handshake. That is not a handshake and has a hell of a lot of smoky particle effects. Unfortunately, just does not work that way. But give your clone a handshake. And this is where we discover they don't have the handshake emote. What do you know? They have it. You need to be a little bit closer. There it is. Let's hope that nothing breaks in the process. Let's see if we get a good handshake emote out of this. I'm just going to take a bunch of shots on this throughout. Make it nice and easy. Doctor saying, postcards arrived, can't get to it because Mama's key to postbox, can't reach it myself. Oh no! Well, at least it's arrived. You'll be able to have a look at it briefly. But not right now, I guess. Damn, is that it? I was expecting a little bit more. Okay, well, we can still get clone and clone. Take that into a shot as well. I can work with it. Maybe. There we are. They are far enough apart that I can change position, change proximity, and work with it around that. But there we go. We have our Wukong Knight. Thank you very much for bringing that in. Much appreciated there, Fengwei. Have yourself a good one. Let's see. Battery. Say hello, Twitches. I'm a battery. I can do Saren, Revenant, Mesa, Wisp, which if you need, Jaya, Harrow, Proteus. We've actually had most of those. We haven't had Saren. So if we could please have the Saren from you if you're still around. Does the D&D Wukong have the 3 immortalities? I did him differently. Let me bring up that one, actually. How did I do it for him? Warframes. It's load. Wukong. Here it is. Fortune's Endurance. When Wukong is reduced to 0 hit points, it may make a Constitution saving throw with DC equal to the damage received. On a success, Wukong instead drops to 1 hit point. It gets a -5 penalty to save each subsequent time this feature is used before a short or long rest. That is how it exists there. So he could just be taken out straight away. If someone hits them with too much damage, they just straight up. Like a zombie, similar. The DC is based purely on the damage. So you want a big hit for the best chance to take him out, or lots of small hits can work through it as well. But a big hit sets a nice high chance at the start. But here's the thing. If we go to the Prime, Constitution saving throw bonus +11. On top of, when Wukong Prime fails a saving throw, it may choose to instead succeed. Once it has used this feature 3 times, it may not do so again until it completes a short or long rest. Is the resets on short or long resting ever actually relevant for monsters? Yes, if the players don't kill them, or if the monster gets away, yes. However, mostly it comes down to, this is limited, it needs to be that amount of time. You see why you never face that? Yeah. Similar to Barbarian's ability, you'll find similarities in mechanics all the way through, yes. Emma Backways has put in the agreements on the D&D fashion. Let's bring in your Saren. Brilliant, brilliant. Thank you for sorting that. Let us load that up. What I do with Chroma's passive? Not every single passive and ability detail has made it in. Not every single one of them. This is to address the fact that Warframe is a video game, whereas Dungeons & Dragons is a tabletop game. Anyway, you don't need to feel like that whatsoever. Don't feel like that whatsoever. We asked for removal of the ephemera because the ephemera works better whilst it is active, not static. So don't you feel bad about us having that item removed. You designed your fashion to be a living piece, not a static image, and it looked good in that. Some things work better in other formats, that's all. Alright then, so now we've got a Sarin. This is a very interesting Sarin we've got here. It absolutely fits the theme, it's just not what I have in my head for a Sarin at all, but I like it. Part of the reason I'm happy to include all these different fashions is not just to get all of the expertise, all of the designs all of you have already put in, but also because you will come up with things I don't think about. The idea of doing up Sarin like this, all spiky and fiery. Like, this is something more along the lines of Chroma or Ember in my head, but it works as a Sarin. Now, I will say the Trio Orbit Ephemera, again with active ephemeras, may ruin this. Yeah, I'm actually going to grab that shot there where we don't have any of the Trio Orbit on her. Just because, again, that imagery is more difficult to convey in a single static image. You look at this static image here right now, and you've got the faintest traces of a line, but try and cast your head out of knowing it. You look at it for the first time. What are those particles doing? But because they're off to the side and we're green screening, not a problem there. I can deal with that. So let's grab this picture here. There we go, 8K resolution, hence why it seems to appear off screen. I briefly expand the resolution 16 times bigger than it was before. Because I want all the shiny details. I want to grab every last little bit of it. Let's see what idle animation you've got going for her. If anything. Might be nothing. We'll find out in a second. Yeah, like a lot of idle animations, does sweet FA. That's fine. But we still have a appearance for her. Let's have down here as well. Just as all the particles go out of shot, staring you down, she's going to make sure that you regretted ever facing against her. And yes, I realise that's clipping her feet out of the image a bit, but I can work with it. Actually, can I field of view her feet back in? Just about. I do that. If I do that, I can bring it in there. Is like a frame safe? As safe as I care to declare it as safe. So let's be clear on what I mean by that. All third-party programs are not endorsed by Digital Extremes. They will not now or at any point ever in the future endorse a third-party application because they cannot verify its content either now or into the future. It may, according to them, at some point, possibly in the future, be a risk to your account, and even today may potentially pose some kind of risk. So they won't endorse it. However, from every single person using a Leica frame, from my own observations of it, through looking at how it works and what it does, I see absolutely no issue with it. None whatsoever. So I would say it's safe to use. But I am somewhat obligated with DE to make sure I include that little disclaimer, to be fair to all, that they don't endorse it. Just be aware of that. Alright. Let's get that shot there. And we're good. Alright then. Yeah, I think that gives us on the Sarin. I think it gives us on that. What we can also do, could you please remove the ephemera after all? Because what we're going to do, we'll have the ephemera removed, I will slow down time to 10%, we'll have you running forwards, and then cast Molt. And at the moment of casting Molt, I will then switch us into the cinematic shot to see if I can get a good shot of you coming out of the Molt. Because I think that could land nicely for Saren. Alright, Caljade, have a good one. Alright, so I'm going to step back a bit. You start running, not full sprint, just kind of running. Yeah, maybe full sprint. Full sprint running. And I will set on this time. There we are. Yeah, full sprint running, and then cast your Molt when you're at full speed. Don't run towards me, run away from me, because otherwise I'll be in the shot. Need to get away. There's the Molt. Let's get in close. Hopefully it's not going to look like crap. Let's see what happens. Ah. It just comes to a stop, and it looks ugly as sin anyway. Never mind, we tried. I thought it was worth a shot, but yeah. With the particle effects coming off as well, looking like that. No. We'll pass on that one. It was a nice try though. Thanks for doing it. So we've got the passive shot. That works for it. Thank you very much for bringing your Saren. Farokun, bringing Garuda fashion. Sorry, Garuda has been taken. We have had a Garuda from Gangra, although, you know what? There's no harm in having two. Let's have a look at it. Farokun, if you are around with your Garuda, let me know if you're still here, and we can go ahead with it. So why not? Let's have a look, see if you are around. Brockman 503, I'm going to assume you are Farrakhan. Okay, if you could please, first of all, type in !D&D fashion. That's to bring up the T's and C's, and just let me know if you're happy to go ahead with that. And if so, I'll bring you into the squad. Whilst Brockman does that, it just occurs to me, with the third-party promotion command that Queen popped up at the moment ago there, it says, Kengineer has already checked over any promotion before you even catch wind of it, so really you'll be fine 99.99% of the time. And when it comes to be checking over things, absolutely. I posted this one, irrelevant to a Warframe, something else. I posted this one over to the supporter T-Lounge earlier. See, I had a sponsor offer come through, which I have outright rejected. Outright rejected. The reviews, there were a lot of positive reviews on this game that they wanted me to cover. It said, a very fun game, highly open, playable, and multiplayer. The most fun sandbox game. It can satisfy all your gaming experiences, whether it's PvE fighting or PvP real person battle. It is very good. The characters are cute and funny. PvP and PvE have their own characteristics and are widely used by the audience. By the audience? The game is very playable. From being poor at the beginning to having complete equipment later, PvE and PvP can be seamlessly connected. The game is particularly social. This is an interesting way to review, but the thing that really tips it off are the usernames. We have... We have... We have... We have... And... Yeah. SUDJLWKHREF is not a fucking username. So when I see the reviews, and that's only 5 of them there. There were dozens upon dozens of these reviews. Dozens of them, possibly into hundreds of these reviews, all with the same off-kilter speech pattern in their reviews, and all of them with these perfectly randomly generated usernames. Absolute trash. And it's like, there is no way in hell that a game that has those kinds of reviews is the kind of game I wish to review. what few reviews I could find that were from actual people were split pretty much 50-50 between, hey, this is fun, I played it for an hour and I get to do things, and pay to win trash, why the fuck am I here? It's just people who paid thousands of dollars dunking on everyone who designed this. So yeah. Absolutely not the kind of thing I will take as a sponsor, no thank you. I do check them over whenever anything comes through with strict standards, and unfortunately basically everything fails those standards. The vast majority of things that come my way are absolutely terrible. I would not subject you guys to it. The few that pass, most of those then don't actually want to jump up even a remotely reasonable amount of money for a sponsorship. In many cases, they offer nothing. They're like, can you just do it for free? Like, no. Yeah. Random piece of crap, Cosmo. Not well known, this particular one that came through. Certainly, I'd never heard of it. Now, it does seem like Steam is wise to their bullshit, because despite these reams upon reams of positive reviews, Steam measured its reviews at mixed. Which I wouldn't expect on a game that has that many positive reviews. So it seems to me Steam has something of an idea. Why the reviews are still physically there, I don't know. But it did put the game down as mixed. I'm wondering if I can get something out of her with this. That's just... It just doesn't seem like a threatening way to hold a bow. No. Could you unequip your bow, please? There we go. Not to equip the claws, to literally unequip your weapons. So if you access your codec scanner. That's why I'm constantly switching to one. Okay, there we go. So that should give us just pure Garuda idle animation. Let's see what we get from that. Have I still got the FOV set crazy? I have. That's why it looked weird. There we go. Yeah, that's Garuda. Grab it before she brings it down. Ooh. I wanted the tassels to come down, but not the arm. Let's go with that. There we go. Set to max res. Pop. Beautiful. And then she just goes straight back into that pose. Yeah. Which is fine. It's just when it's static, it can be a bit hard to resolve. But yeah, we got a shot there. I'm happy with that. Farokan, thank you very much for bringing in your fashion. We've got a lovely striking shot. That one back there just then. Thank you very much for sorting that with us. Which brings us on to Solomir Sevagov. Okay. Yep, Sevagov is the most recent one you put there, so Sevagov is the one I would like to see. Bring it on in, please. Solomir, if you are still around. Likewise, as with all the others, I mean exclamation mark D&D fashion in the Twitch chat from you to confirm that you are happy with the details. Excellent, someone's here. They posted the command, and they agree. Excellent. Pop into the squad. Let's have a look at this Sevagov. Now, I will warn you ahead of time. I do quite like my Sevagov. So I'll see what you've got, and you'll probably do better than me. But there is a little bit of a higher threshold than with most Warframes. Just teeny tiny bit higher, because I do like how mine is. Let's see what we got here. I was expecting them to be off camera, but they're not. There they are. All right then. Interesting choice of shoulder armor, to be honest. Interesting choice. Okay. Yup, that is definitely a Sevagov. Holding on to a melee at the moment. There we go. Sevagov to drop that now. Let's see what we can get away with this. That idol there from Severgoth is usually a nice one. Now, just to be clear, as much as we are using a green screen, it occurs to me that some people might be thinking, oh, I better not use a green fashion. If you do bring in a green-based fashion, I can switch to a blue screen or a red screen to still be able to screen out. Green screens don't have to just be green. They're just called that because it's usually green. There we go. Let's go with that there. Not sure if I am a fan or not of the shoulder piece, but it'll still work. It'll still work. So let's grab this for the screenshot. There we go. 4 of the choices of frame you have. Yeah, and everyone gets their turn. The last word you put it at the bottom was Severgoth. I'm going with the most recent one so I don't have to dig through everything. And then get this angle on him as well. Kind of loses his appearance a bit, actually. And with the clipping of the ponytail up here through the shoulder piece, actually I don't like that angle for it, no. That, has that moved the... Well, it's out of sight there, so... Yeah, we'd need that angle to keep as much of the character design as possible. What's my favourite armor set for Platinum? I don't have one. It's a simple answer on that. Funny it didn't clip through the floor. True, there is that. That is, unfortunately, this game in a nutshell. To make it where things can run, the cloth physics reaches a limit on the clipping. But yeah. Thank you very much for bringing your Severgoth. We got the shots on that there. Voltmania is offering a Eurali. Okay, we have a Eurali time. Let's bring this in. Voltmania, if I could have a confirmation from you, please, with exclamation mark D&D fashion in the chat. And if you do indeed agree to the details there. That is just to confirm you are partaking entirely freely, offering it freely. No royalties or anything silly like that, and irrevocably so. Excellent, come on in. Let's have a look at the Eurali you've got for us. The all caps yippee. Now, I've sent them the invite. I think they are loading in from Switch, so this might be the last one, given it'll probably take them 10 minutes to get here. We'll see. We should be fine. Let's see. In fact, I think we've just got 2 other people we haven't gone through today. We might have actually timed this near perfectly. That's amazing. That is amazing. But yeah, you know what? Whilst Voltmania loads in, Weird Kid, you've got a Barook for me, yeah? So Weird Kid, if you are around and ready to bring out your Barook as well, exclamation mark D&D fashion in the chat and confirmation if you are ready to go with that. Voltmania has just joined the squad, so, you know, it could take a moment. Weird Kid is indeed around. I don't think we'll have a time for a round 2, Sir Carlton. I'll be quite honest, as we have got a couple more here still to go through. Excellent. Weird Kid is also happy to join in. There we are. So we got the Eurali arrived. Okay. Is that default color Eurali? That is pretty much default color Eurali. With a gun. I'm going to have to ask you to pass on the gun. Oh. Could we have our visitor please remove their companion? They might jump in the shot. don't know why. When you switch... Oh, wait, I know why. That's going to be duplex bond, isn't it? Oh. Okay, one shot like that, because that's just Eurelia in a nutshell, isn't it? Let's grab a shot like that. Yeah, there's no artifacting or weirdness going on there. That is just the full shot. Get zoom, so we got full character in picture. Beautiful. Why is she snapping her neck? What is so interesting over there? Thanks, gal. No. Don't snap your neck. That just looks too awkward, I'll be honest. Go for a cast of a 4. Could work. Let's get... Now that captures motion. I'm looking for any weird clipping, or at least anything too bad. I don't see any. This captures motion. And that is a hard thing to capture in static images. Because that, to me, that looks pretty damn obvious. She is mid-twirl. You can see the tassels flying. You can see the skirt flying out. You can see that she's on one foot, the other clearly raised up. She moves. That's definitely got an animated moment. Which, yeah, that's value. Let's grab that one. There we go. I'm going to pass on that. I'll pass on using that particular bit of it. Would not translate well into a book format. But yeah, that gives us the Eurelia, which brings us on over to Woodkid's Brook. Okay then, let's just note down we're getting that. Brook from Weird Kid. Yeah. Definitely an interesting look on it with the extra hands going on there, yeah. And we're using the Harrow set. Now, Harrow set does cause a lot of clipping. A lot. But we can get that particular shot there. Yeah, least amount of wispiness on the red graphic. That should actually do it right there. So we can try for that one. Don't want to cast a 4 animation? I will pass on that, thank you, Queen. I will pass on that, thanks. You debating Haru or Zaku? Can switch. It comes down to what best showcases the character. Whichever you feel fits. I like having the Haru animation in general because the between idle animations is just that proper upright stance, which does look nice. But it does cause a lot of clipping in most cases. But let's take this shot here first, before we start trying to fiddle things. Now, for Brook, I wonder if an animation cast might go with it, because Brook's dagger's a pretty damn solid part of his identity, right? This is a terrible fucking track. What is this? Sorry, excuse my language, but what the hell was that? That's not music, that's just... It's just a robot breaking down in a factory. Anyway. So yeah, if we could have a cast of your daggers, Baruch's 3, I believe it is. There we go. My god, the stream delay is strong. Okay, so the cast animation creates a lot of mess. The daggers themselves... go there. Oh no, they're showing to Eurelia. Okay, they stopped showing to Eurelia. Nope. Yeah, that animation set's not going to work for us on this one, but we have got daggers. Queen, can you lead the squad, please? I was kind of expecting that to have already happened. Just saying. Thank you! Alright then. You've switched your animation set now, yeah? Off goes gun. Alright, let's see what we can get with this. You're trapped in a capture pause? Oh, okay. Okay. A little bit of a ragey. We can maybe work with that. The daggers wouldn't work with it, so let's just get it on its own. Bring it there. Give it a bit of a side on. We're still kind of getting the face-on approach with it. Gives it a little bit of dynamism to it. Not sure I'm a fan of how the ephemera comes out in this, but we'll bring it together. You like the twitch mostly? Yeah, as a static image, that just doesn't work out. Anything that is actual physical movement rather than a demonstration of movement does not translate to static. It just can't. But we can grab this. It's still a piece. There we are. That gives us a couple to work with on the book. So thank you very much for sharing those with us there. Which I believe... Yeah, oops, I tabbed around. There we are. Master Biggs of the 2.0 variety. Hey, sorry to bother you if you're in a video, but do you want to run relics? My friends all blocked me because I had a different opinion. I'm lonely. That was not what I was expecting to see in the last one here. Given the global political environment at the moment, when someone communicates, my friends all block me because I had a different opinion, I run the other way. Just saying. I run the other way very, very quickly. I'm not touching that with a barge pole right now, thanks. Absolutely not. I'm not going to judge, but I'm not going to get involved. Alright then. Well, for now, that gives us a whole bunch of different fashions. So we've got Vauban, Lavos, Nidus, Harrow, Jaya, Necros, Clairvo, Wisp, Protea, Revenant, Grendel, Trinity, Mesa, Ember, Atlas, Hildren, Citrine, Dagap, Limbo, Garuda again, Frost, Wukong, Sevagoth, Uredi, Barook. A beautiful arrangements there. Gives us 20 unique frames out of all of them covered. I will cover the others in due course because right now, unfortunately, as the shitty music continues, I don't know why I still continue to include this playlist. I'll be quite honest. Others seem to like it. I do not jive with the EDM playlists. A lot of them are just noise. Yeah. But yeah, for now, I think we can wrap it up there. So, at least in terms of the capturers, let me give you an update as to how this actually is all going to come together. So, right now, the document is... Let me have a look here. 209 pages long. And I still need to add in a page or two to finish off with Kome. So it'll be about 210 pages long. Then I need the front panel, I need the contents page, and then graphics all throughout, which is going to increase the length of the document in places to accommodate these graphics. So this is probably going to end up in the region of about 250 pages, this entire document. That is what I'm expecting, 250 pages. One single PDF with all of these Warframe stat blocks and some graphics to bring it along as well. Because let's face it, I don't want this to just be for people who already play Warframe and know it intimately in and out. I want anyone who plays Dungeons & Dragons to be able to grab that document and go, right, yes, I'd like to include an ember. And they look at it and they see the graphic of an ember, they go, yes, that is a perfect kind of energy, that's what I want. Or they see the Sevagoth, or they see the Garuda. Whatever grabs their fancy there, that inspiration. And even for those who enjoy Warframe more than the tabletop side, those fashions altogether will also be inspiration for their own designs. It is going to be brilliant to have that all together. So it's going to be some time. It's definitely going to be some time for me to actually put that together. Because as much as I'm doing this here on stream now, I don't assign any of my work hours outside of stream to this project. That is all on either admin or stream management, YouTube video making, that sort of thing. All the rest of that is in, just like everyone else, free time outside of work. Because it's not a work project, it's a fan project. But yes, you can look forward to that. I hope, and this is a hope, so please don't hold me to this, but I hope to have this fully finished by the end of the year. Do I have to get permission from Wizards of the Coast as well as DE to make a buck? So Wizards of the Coast have absolutely no sway on this whatsoever because this is compatible with Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. It is not itself Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they would ever think about it. DE, on the other hand, I am using DE's IP outright. I am using their Warframes, their capture system, their ability names. As much as the game mechanics are my own creation, that is mine. How it comes together and the IP it's using is theirs. And so this will be released under the Warframe fan merchandise policy. And Warframe's... what are the two names of it? Warframe fan merchandise policy and Warframe's... Where did it go? Content policy. There it is. It's a fan merchandise policy and content policy. I am making sure I am absolutely 100% fully following all the rules on that. We could say 5 rules are under Creative Commons. I can't release this under Creative Commons though, because it's got Warframe IP. I can't release their IP under Creative Commons. And to use Creative Commons, you then, my understanding is, have to release under Creative Commons or attribute to that license in some way. So instead, I can refer to the mechanics without touching their license, because you can't copyright game mechanics. You can't constrain those licenses in that way. There's very clear legal rules on that, at least in the UK, and that's where I'm based, so come at me. Don't send the Pinkertons. But the point is that is all covered there. It really just comes down to the Warframe IP, and that was the way I designed it right from the off, is to make sure that it was just as covered as possible. Is Creative Commons just royalty-free / public domain? No. Creative Commons is a specific license. A lot of people treat it like royalty-free public domain. That's not correct. Public domain means it is completely open and free for use, however you want, wherever you want. Don't need to give attribution, you can make money off it, that sort of thing. But Creative Commons does not give you that. And royalty-free is bandied around as a term when it's actually just one of many things you can find in a contract. So if someone puts something as royalty-free, there's more details behind it. And just because someone posts up a YouTube video with royalty-free music, it doesn't mean it's actually royalty-free. They could be lying to you. So yeah. There is a lot of distinction and legalese and potential pitfalls between all these different details. But thankfully I have assistance on hand to help me navigate those. But my hope, I say this in the early parts of November, my hope is to get this done by the end of the year. To give you all that entire packet to use, compatible with Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition and Dungeons & Dragons 2024 edition, because let's face it, they're basically the same game, just with a variety of significant and less significant tweaks, but it's still the same game mechanics at the end of the day. So it's compatible. You can still use it right there. Anyway, for now, that is where we're going to wrap it up today. Everyone who's contributed to your fashion throughout, thank you very much on that. Everyone who's contributed to supporting the stream throughout, thank you very much for that as well. I really do appreciate your support on this. Could D take this concept as their own? They can't take it, as in they can't take my work. If they wanted to spend the time to do it themselves, they could certainly try. I have spent hundreds of hours developing this. Hundreds of hours. Not only that, D have themselves said on stage at PAX, was it PAX East? That they have not at this time considered exploring this kind of thing because of the amount of time it would take to develop it. And I know that they are absolutely telling the truth because it's taken a long bloody time to make it, and that's only to my standard. When was this project started? November 2022. If I recall correctly, yeah. November 2022. What you can say, I don't think anything's changed aside from legendary actions. Well, I've done different things with it. I've not been working on this solid that entire time, obviously, but this has been easily north of 400 hours. That's including all of the initial development, the rewrites, the respec when I move to a new renderer. That includes the setting up and running of the playtests. Everything combined, about 400 hours. Did I enjoy the D&D QTCC closure stream? I did get to watch a fair chunk of that. It was quite enjoyable, yes. I did notice they were basically using reskin of 5e with a little bit of homebrew. But mostly reskin of 5e, yeah. Is there an easy, quick way to switch captura scenes without going back to ship? Yes. Actually, yeah, I can show you that real quickly before we wrap up the stream. Why not? It's perfectly on topic. So say you're already in a scene, you're in this lovely, lovely green screen room, which is now apparently a white screen again, go figure. You go G to go into the settings menu, X, open up the full settings, scroll to the bottom, select capture a scene, and you can just switch. Just like that. It's in the bottom of the settings, switch capture a scene. Why is it at the bottom of the settings? Hell if I know, but it's down there. That's how you switch like that. Easy peasy. Anyway, that is where we're going to leave that for today. As I say, thank you very much everyone for joining in. Do hope you've enjoyed all of this lovely little bit of fashion and a bit of an insight into where we're going next with the D&D project. I'll be back on Sunday with some more actual Warframe rather than just fashioning it out. But in the meantime, have yourselves a wonderful weekend. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.